one of those games that you can just pick up and play whatever.
Yeah,
You don't
right?
necessarily have to play it every day like we've been doing with Dungeon Defender.
Hello world. Well, I have to. It's more that for my own sanity? No. Just my preference. My preference is playing it for a bit and then... Because I've been trying to get into this, just playing a few games where you can just play it a bit here and there. Like, I was thinking of doing that with Hades, I was thinking of doing that with some other games as well, but it never fucking happens. Because that's not how I work. Right, another reason I was thinking that about Raining Goblins is that it does not have an endless mode, even though we finished it. But can we run it a couple of times? And oh, well, one more time and see if we get another nice reward at the end. I mean, best time is still 5 minutes, so I'm assuming...
I thought maybe endless mode wasn't unlocked by beating the map that you want endless mode on. It's unlocked by beating a certain map.
Well, maybe. Maybe.
But I don't know which map that is.
I would have assumed. Aside from you and me, eh? Did I get enough? Did I build all three the first? Or did we let the tower deal with it? First wave, I feel like it doesn't really matter. Yeah, if you have some.
No, do you have any?
No, I'm at 0.
Yeah, me too.
I think we can just go and protect this side. Oh, wow. This side definitely needs manual protection.
Yeah, I should have put it on the other side.
I think the first wave is fine, though. The first wave has always been a little bit easy, hasn't it?
I did log on earlier today, and I got some better gear, so maybe my towers will do more damage now.
Oh, sweet. I need better gear. Way better gear. I also need to level up so I can equip better gear.
What level are you? 73. Yeah, you gotta be one more.
Say again?
I said you gotta be one more level.
Yeah. I mean, I'm getting closer, I suppose. You can just build, I can get the mana for you. If we're speedrunning, I mean.
Are we speedrunning, or are we just on a time limit?
No, I mean, if the point is to get gear by finishing the level, then we... Well, speedrunning, but being a little bit efficient. If we indeed do end up farming this level, then kind of want to be efficient in your farming. Kinda.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, Oh, upgrading, yeah. Did we put 2 walls behind some of the towers? I don't remember. That's the last... No?
I don't think so. I think we use minions as well.
Right, the minions did all the thing. All the things.
Yeah, I switched so I can start placing minions down.
Very nice. I was thinking about that as well, because my... Thinking about getting the summoner as well, so you don't have to place all the minions yourself.
Isn't that like kind of a waste of potential? Like we could have another hero.
I agree. However, I felt a little bit bad. One of the situations yesterday where you had to run around and build everything, and I was just kind of standing there not helping. I wasn't even opening chests because I got, I don't know, sidetracked. My mind got sidetracked by not doing anything. Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, last time when we beat this, we barely beat it as well.
It was tight, but you have better gear now, so
Slightly.
likely. Maybe it is worth it to put a few two walls, right?
Also, I don't have better gear on this character. I need to level him up a bit.
I don't think the XP is very good in here, so maybe.
Takes forever to summon while the wave's going.
Oh yeah. Imagine.
I need like 0.3 million XP to level up this
That,
character.
that's a lot of...
0.3? That's not a lot.
Oh, 0.3. I thought you said 23, and I'm like, wait,
No.
that doesn't check out. That doesn't work. What do I need? 0.4, kinda? I miss it. Yeah. I was just thinking about having walls straight behind the tower, but I like this.
Yeah, because they can spawn anywhere, and chances
Exactly.
are they're going to spawn outside of that area.
Indeed.
Upgrades.
More upgrades. But I feel like this is kind of like raiding. If you beat it once, then the next time you're gonna beat it as well, right?
In theory, yeah.
Not gonna get harder. Maybe there are some random variants where they land and it...
Yeah. I
Right.
think we barely scratched by it before. I'm surprised we even won.
Hello, Coleman. Nice to see you. What have you been doing? Still farming that Warframe? Been doing fine. Boring loot. Already got Necros and Vauban Prime. Vauban is pretty funny. Fun to play, if I remember correctly. They did a rework on him, right? Oh, I almost died. So scary.
The walls need upgraded.
Right. I would imagine you haven't really got... Yeah, you put everything into damage, right? So the walls are not gonna survive very long. Might even be worth just to build new ones after each wave.
I was thinking the waves are only going to get harder, right? So just putting up new ones isn't necessarily the best plan either.
Yeah, no, but it's gonna, well, that's a good point, yeah, because they're gonna disappear early in the wave, and it's later in the wave that it's more difficult, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
They might not
I think
really.
it's fine to upgrade them once at least.
Yeah, yeah. I was more thinking about like 2 or 3 times might be a little bit of waste of mana.
Also, I'm gonna upgrade the minions if they get too low a health, just to keep them up and alive. Because they're acting as walls as well.
Oh, I need mana, by the way. I used a bunch, and bombs needs to be upgraded. Notice.
I dropped some for you.
Very nice, thanks. Oh, that's a lot of mana. They only have 13. Oh, shit. Well, it's not gonna run out before I've upgraded all of them, but sure. More upgrades. Yeah, but I don't know. I can only really see Vauban used for grouping stuff together. Yeah, he's got him because he looks cool.
Blockades are gone.
Wait, what's gone?
The walls.
Oh yeah.
Minions are gone.
Yeah, a bunch of them. Kind of why I was upgrading them the last time around, eh? But I think the walls did help a bit, right? They stopped some damage that the minions and towers would have taken. At least they were helping a little bit. Side. Not symmetrical. Right. I don't know if people still use the Vob and Speed Nova setup. That used to be the shit back in the day. Like, that's how you did the... That's one way to really do the farming. This tower, definitely. Upgrade. Oh, I haven't even opened any chests. Busy upgrading. Oh, but you can open them during the wave, luckily. There you go.
There's an upgrade for me. I didn't even get to grab it.
Well, that's too bad. It was destroyed. Yeah, upgrading takes forever. Time to just do repairs, I suppose. Someone says, and I really hate his default look. By default, his head is literally an old... Oh shit, I'm almost dying as well. Spending my time repairing rather than... Oh, and I'm dead. Rather than healing myself. Oh wow, we weren't even close. Did we change something?
Yeah.
What did we change?
We put the walls there. They weren't there before.
Yeah, but that's gonna... That's not gonna make us lose, right? We didn't...
Right, but you asked if we change anything. And
Yeah.
we definitely changed something.
Yeah, but that's not... Yeah, I don't think that is what made us lose. What made us lose? I don't even know.
I mean, that's putting mana into something we didn't put mana into before.
Maybe. That's not a lot of mana. I don't know.
It is. It's like 40, 80, and then they died, so that's another 80, 160, and then I upgraded one, so that would be 260 mana.
Suppose. Oh man. Well, let's try again.
Why are we doing this again?
For science, I want to know if we get random loot at the end, and that's why people farm this, for the random loot at the end. Because if this is the also kind of getting good, I suppose. If this is the way to get loot, then getting loot.
I think the endless mode was the way to get loot. Isn't that specifically what the guide said?
No. It just said this, and my idea, it didn't say why. I've seen it a couple of places, right? I've seen this level mentioned in 2, maybe 3 different guides, but they didn't say why. And my thinking is that maybe it is that you can, well, quote unquote, speedrun it and get the fast loot. That's the reward, because you can do it in less than 5 or whatever. I don't know. That's what I wanted to test out. But if we're not gonna be guaranteed success, that might be a bad idea anyways, right? I thought we, like, sure, we barely had it, but we still had it.
So where did the endless thing come from?
I think I just conflated it with something else. Or confused it with something else. We were playing Endless... What's that called? The other one. The factory looking one. Tinker or something. No, we were playing Endless that. Right, Coleman said, and I really hate his default look. By default, his head is literally an old-timey steam train, and his body is just a bunch of giant rectangular plates. It's all asymmetrical. Oh no. I don't like how sleek his prime looks. And I got even more Necros prime parts after I got my own set. More parts? Oh, for the fashion frame, you mean? Oh, silver plat. I see, yeah. Necros is great. More fireballs. Loot. Might not even need to place the blockades till the last wave. If they're gonna break and we have to repair and build new ones. Think about the mana stuff you were talking about. Someone says, yep, invest time. Think I might buy some of the Necros Prime parts now. Oh, investing time? For one day in the future, you're just gonna sell them? Price right now is low, since it's only been a couple of days since unvaulting ended. Oh, I would have imagined that it becomes... price for buying is cheaper in like a week or two. When people have like a proper abundance, and everybody who got it... everybody who got the parts... or everybody who wanted the parts has gotten them by then. That went to 170 plat to 100 plat. Yeah, that's usually how it goes, right? That's so much mana. Time to upgrade towers. Comments but one thing I kind of dislike about Necros Prime is his weird pinky rope thing that sticks out. Oh, I don't remember that. Look at all. The rope thing? Upgrading the wrong thing, I feel like. This is the one that needs an upgrade. I don't even have time to spend all the mana that I'm carrying. Gotta go fast. Remember how you could put those little ropes on your melee weapon? It was like a fashion thing. Oh, like from the elbows? He has some things sticking out from his elbows, doesn't he? On his on his pinkies. Now I remember, kinda, yeah. Suppose you could just, I'll say, remove them. You could just play Prime, but not have to use how it looks, right? You still get the better stats. That's why I always got the stuff. I got it for the stats, not the looks. Was one of those who never really... I mean, I cared a little bit, but not really about the fashion frame. No, I had a period where I made everything like lime glowing green. Ugly as shit. Ran around with those colors on everything. Common says, but I also really like how the Prime has like those exposed guts hanging out. Guts! Who doesn't like some guts hanging out, eh? That feels very necro-like. It's what it is. Indeed. Oh. Great. By the way, Coleman, we were thinking like in the near future, maybe playing some Sea of Thieves. You want to join in when that happens? Oh, no, not that one. That's the one to upgrade. Coleman says, sure. I don't know when, really. Maybe in a week. Maybe in 2 weeks. Maybe I was doing way more... Actually using my... my knockback flamethrower here. During the fight. I remember doing that. Maybe that was actually helping. Seems surprising to me. Everything is dying. This looks like we're taking a beating again. Or are we upgrading the same tower? We were indeed. Even lost a tower over here. Ah. Wait. I didn't place any smoke traps. Any gas traps.
Play some.
That's might be a big reason why we're taking so much damage here.
Yeah, maybe you should play some.
I can't. I don't have any defense units.
We have a couple.
Yeah, they take 3 each.
Oh. So we need to get rid of the walls then.
I... Yeah,
Can you play some during the fight?
I can, yeah, if I'm still alive. Yeah, I can play some if we sell something, I suppose, but I don't know what to sell. Or if something breaks, I suppose.
Some stuff's gonna break.
Yeah, some stuff's gonna break.
Something just broke.
You right here. Wait, why are you not working? Go down!
Another thing broke.
And fuck, I'm taking damage. I can't place anything because I'm getting attacked and killed. Oh, so did change something, but it was me who screwed up. Like feeling that it just went way worse than it did yesterday. Wasting time. Coleman says, I've also been thinking of maybe... Wait, where was it? I was also been thinking about maybe using up my trade slots by buying individual Revenant Prime parts for 32 plats and selling them for 50. Oh, controlling the market. Also, Ash Prime has been unvaulted. I have all of these. No more mana. Hello, Swag Astronomer. Nice to see you again. How are you doing today? What is the philosophy of love? Don't know. What's the philosophy of love? I feel like I have it's something, but I didn't commit it to memory. Now we have some traps here. Oh. Push that dude into the explosion here. Wonder, did I place 3? Yeah, I did place 3 of those. For these. Here. Fortunately, the game is on a timer, so I can't just open Wikipedia and see if there is a Wikipedia page for love. Wait. You know what? Got 30 seconds. Maybe not Wikipedia, but just philosophy of philosophy of love. Stanford Encyclopedia of Philosophy. Oh, colors are terrible. Oh, and we were starting. Okay, so does love have to do with oxytocin? That doesn't sound like philosophy. That sounds more like neurochemistry, like neurology, like a neurology study of love, rather than a philosophical one. I think a philosophical one would be kind of a semantic one, just defining what is it. my guess. That's gonna be the problem, problematizing what is love, how do we experience it, how is one love different from a type of other love, and just kind of making sense of what is this shit, and how do you do it, kind of. But when you bring in oxytocin, that doesn't sound like a word that is maybe very commonly used in philosophy. Or even being very relevant too. I don't know though. Coleman says that was nice because since 2019, regular Prime has been very shitty to farm. Since each part has, I think, an 8 to 10% chance of dropping from rotation C. Oh yeah, I know. I remember rotation C. The 20 waves of defense, only from Railjack Corpus defense. So the first part would be Venus Proxima, and the second Neptune Proxima, and the third into Pluto Proxima. Bunch of farming, eh? So stupid, since before the change, parts would just drop from the mimics. Mimics? I don't remember that stuff. And because of that, Ash Prime has the same price as Necros Prime. That's usually what happens when they get unvaulted, right? I didn't even know you could farm these primes without... without them being unvaulted. Oh! You're talking about normal Ash. Not Ash Prime. I see. I got confused for a second. Stand around and upgrade for days. Up this all this mana as well. Our electric tower has a lot of range when it chains. It's like covers the entire map. Love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
It's pretty good.
Or upgrades. I'm not pressing ready because I still got mana to spend. Do you want some mana, by the way? Do you need some?
Okay.
How many things to upgrade? Vegas Armor says, is it philosophy versus brain chemicals? No, what I'm saying is that you can probably have philosophy about... Right, you can do philosophy about oxytocin, but I wouldn't call that philosophy of love. I would call that, in that case, I would call it philosophy of neurotransmitters and the philosophy of maybe neuropsychology. And you can have that. I'm not saying you can't. I'm just saying that the philosophy of love, I would define it very differently. I remember when I first got around to studying physics at uni, or trying to study physics. I wasn't very good at it. It was fucking difficult, man. So difficult. But I remember having that... It doesn't check out, by the way, if you look into it too deeply, but just that train, that thought where I was like, alright, a philosopher is necessarily always kind of wrong, because when philosophy turns out to be right, if those words are a bit problematic as well, but when you end up getting to that point, I wouldn't call it philosophy anymore. I would call it science. That makes sense, like if the relevancy of the point I'm trying to make here is that, oh, what is the point that I'm trying to make? Just pointing out that, yeah, But if we're just talking about the philosophy of love, that sounds like a branch of just pure philosophy, if you will. Well, pure philosophy, I don't know if I want to use that word, but... yeah. And if you do talk about oxytocin, I would say then... not the philosophy of love, it's the philosophy of... well, neurology, or neuroscience, or neuropsychology. Yeah, there we go. Common says they changed the whole unvaulting thing from just adding relics into rotation. Just makes this relic clutter where everything is using the same evergreen primes stuff. Feeling stressed out. The game has a timer and...
Indeed.
I don't have the time to do all the stuff that I want to do. Change the whole unvaulting thing from just adding relics into rotation. Right, the relic clutter. I liked the relic clutter. I didn't know they changed that. Using the same evergreen stuff, but it's still a chroma. Oh, I don't like that because, like, I feel like when the unvaulting happens, you can grind out a bunch of relics, and you don't actually have to get the prime part. You can get the prime part later. Or you can even sell the relics later as they get... if you don't want to farm for the part yourself, you could just sell that, so... I don't know if I like that. Fucker needs to be repaired. Not the repair button. This is the repair button. Oh shit! I haven't upgraded... uh-oh, uh-oh. Upgraded proximity mines. No! I forget. I forget to do it. Oh, 2 of them are already gone. I need to build new ones. And I'm dying. I am not good at timed challenges. Don't like it. Failing miserably. Look at that. Everything broke because I failed again. Oh. What's that? We've run it.
Getting frustrated.
Yeah, we've run it 4 times, and all the times we've failed, it's kind of been my fault because I've been just fucking screwing up.
The last time, I keep saying this, but the last time we won, we barely won. So
yeah.
Any single mistake is gonna cause us to lose.
Oh, let's just go to the tavern.
Even a small misplacement can cause us to lose, right?
Let's do something else. It's too soon to do this stuff. Yeah. Too bad. It's too bad. I really wanted to farm some gear, but I guess we'll have to do something else. Now I can catch up on chat, though.
Yeah.
Common says, so now you just farm Aya, mostly from bounties, and then trade it in for the relics, which change every month. Oh, I see. That's why we were farming... which means even more bounties. And I really didn't like the open world stuff. I prefer the other stuff. I suppose farming relics was pretty fucking boring as well. Just speed running the captures got pretty old for me as well, Coleman.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, see you in a bit. If you want to, you can stop on like 200 I and buy 25 of each new relic. There you go. Science versus philosophy? No, Swag Astronomer. I feel like the goalpost is being moved in that part of the conversation, Swag Astronomer. Like, the original question is, I didn't even get to look into the original question, right? What is the philosophy of love? That was the original question. And when you bring in oxytocin, like, right, let's see. Yeah, Oxy does not show up on the Stanford entry about love. Actually, let's see. What is this article, by the way? How good is this? This essay focuses on personal love or the love of particular persons as such. part of the philosophical task in understanding personal love is to distinguish the various kinds of personal love. Yeah, defining the word, right? That's kind of my intuition, like philosophical intuition, is that it's about defining what is it, right? For example, the way in which I love my wife is seemingly very different from the way I love my mother. Yeah, that's what I was talking about, right? My child and my friend. This task is typically proceeded hand in hand with philosophical analyses of these kinds of personal love. Analyses in that part respond to various puzzles about love. Can love be justified? If so, how? What is the value of personal love? What impact does love have on the autonomy of both the lover and the beloved? Yeah, this sounds like the philosophy of love. There is no neurology in this, right? I'm not saying that it's science versus philosophy. I'm just talking, if we're talking about the philosophy of love, this is what that is. If you're talking about you have philosophy in science as well, right? Philosophy is part of science, but that, like I said, would be the philosophy of neurology, for example. Or, like, there are many different types of sciences that deal with oxytocin. And it would be the philosophy of that science rather than the philosophy of love itself. Of course, swag astronomer, though, you would need to make a define what do you mean when you talk about love in neurology. You would have to do the philosophy of love and make these statements defining what is love. Baby, don't hurt me no. Wait, sorry, that was tangent. You have to define what it is to be able to study it, right? So you're dependent on the philosophy of love to start defining it. Right? And you probably need a philosophical statement about oxytocin and its relevance for what love is. That makes sense? So, no, not versus. Like, the word versus hasn't really popped up in my mind at all. I'm just trying to clearly define, and that's the philosophical way to do it, right? You clearly define the subject of discourse. And I definitely feel that if you're really looking for the philosophy of love, then yeah, oxytocin that's way later in the knowledge building about love.
Did I leave the game?
Did you leave the game?
Well, it was frozen when I went AFK, and I was hoping it would come back, but it didn't.
Yeah, it didn't seem. Yeah, says you're online, but not in the game. Now you're in the game.
Yeah,
Well,
I just closed it.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't cooperating.
Coleman says the whole new relic thing is only for actually new primes. So, for example, right now, Revenant Prime and Hildren Prime and any other new stuff. Oh, the old system. There you go. So you can get the new prime stuff from, for example, Void missions, but anything unvaulted is behind Aya now. Oh, so they've split it up. Oh, I kind of like that, though, Coleman, that you've split it up a little bit, so it's not always the same kind of grind. Just sad that it has to be put behind fucking the open world stuff. That's just personal preference. Like a Stormer says, yes, I get it. I get it. It's philosophy, right? So definitely, if you find an issue with it, that's always great to find issue in philosophy and just argue against it. And presenting a certain point of, like I was saying, you define your area of discourse, and that area of discourse is how I would define it. But I'm definitely, like, I'm not a professional love philosopher or professional philosopher for that matter. I'm always open for someone to change how that structure is defined. Maybe there is a way to bring...
There's different philosophies, right? And there's different ways to think about philosophy and different schools of thought.
Yeah, exactly.
There's no, like, one correct way to think about it.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was mentioning as a sidebar before, right? That, well, as soon as philosophy is correct, or where you start using the word correct, I would say that at that point we're closer to the word. Well, let's put it like that instead. We can say quantitative science and qualitative science. When we use the word correct, then we're closer to the quantitative part of science rather than the qualitative one.
For me, I've never like studied philosophy
Yeah.
deeply, but I take, philosophical arguments and then I see if they apply to me in my life, and if they do, then I use them.
Yeah. I think.
Like I think Stoic philosophy is really helpful.
Me
To
too. Yeah.
if if I hadn't learned that, then I'd probably not be the person I am today.
I really like that. On a side note, I just have to mention, because I had this thought about Stoic philosophy just a week ago or something that I found very interesting, because I find Stoic philosophy very helpful as well. I'm not very good at it, but it's helpful nonetheless. But what's that? Stoic philosophy, right? It's my way that I've internalized the idea of Stoic philosophy is that why be as a question, yeah, why be dependent on other people when they are out of your control, right? Why are you so upset by what other people do when it's not under your control, right? Kind of. Do you
But
agree with that?
it's also the opposite. Like when people say, "You made me angry, you made me sad," did you really make them feel that way?
All right,
Because
yeah,
how
exactly.
they feel isn't in your control.
Exactly. That's their internal. The only thing under your control are your own actions.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, you didn't make them feel that way, but there is still an ethical
You
consideration
still
you can do in that
respect
situation.
people.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
However, the point was that the thought I had was that, well, if you're, because like so many philosophies, if you take it to its extreme, it just doesn't work. It's just kind of a guideline, because taking it to its extreme, then you're completely split off from other people. And what is the
Mm-hmm.
point of life if not to interact with other people?
A lot of things in life are full of nuance.
Yeah, exactly.
Extreme anything is often
Exactly.
detrimental.
So it's very helpful, but there is also, right, if you manage to get control of your mind to the degree where you can choose these emotional, well, not really emotional, like it's like cock and ball torture. Sorry. Oh man, that's just gonna be a thing for me. Cognitive behavioral therapy, right? It's the more tools you have to manipulate your own mind, the better you're gonna feel.
Yeah, and in CBT, you learn about these things called cognitive distortions,
Yeah,
and it's kind of a slippery thing because they're not always a sign of negative, bad thinking.
yeah,
They're
exactly.
often okay to think that way, and everyone thinks that way sometimes.
Yeah,
And the goal isn't to eliminate it; it's to realize when it's happening.
exactly. Realize when it happened, give you control to like bring it up to the surface of consciousness and make a choice. Is this good for
Yeah,
me? Is this bad for me?
it's not to make just a choice, it's also to change the way you think about things, which results in a different behavior.
Yeah, yeah, but you change it. That's the choice, right? The choice is to change it and then succeed in changing it.
But you can realize that you're doing something wrong and do it anyways, or stop doing it but not make a meaningful change. Like you need to actually go through the process of thinking about what what's happening in your mind and how to change it.
Right, that's a good point. In my mind, one follows the other. That when you have it that far up into the surface, you are put in a position to make a conscious choice to keep doing the thing that hurts you, if you will.
Yeah, that's the point, is to bring it up into your consciousness.
Yeah, exactly.
Just letting it happen in the background.
Yeah. Right. Chat has to say about this before we... Holmes says, meanwhile, for 40 to 60 level Fortuna missions, you have 25% for stage 2, and then 2 and 3, and then 20% for stage 4. And then 50% chance of getting stage 5. Oh, so you just go to stage 5 over and over, I'm assuming. Like Astronomer says, we should focus instead on being the most lovable person possible for our companion. I see value in that, but just like we said before, that's an attitude, right? And there is nuance and balance in all parts of life. Because, yeah, you should make other people happy, but as a balance, you should also take care of yourself. Like, don't make someone else happy to the detriment of yourself, because that's a disservice for you and them.
I mean, it's not like black and white. Like,
exactly.
You can make other people happy in a way that makes you happy too. Like, you can be happy that you're making someone happy.
Exactly.
And also like changing yourself to suit someone else can be a detrimental thing as well.
Yeah, it can go both ways, right? Life is nuanced. Right, Coleman says, I don't know, I personally don't like the Deimos bounties, since it's most kill X in Y area, or defend X area for a Y amount of time, or get 100% before the NPC can get to 50%. Yeah. And the plains ones are either really boring or have very easy to fuck up bonus objectives. Oh, right, yeah. Look in the giant-ass cave and kill 50 enemies in 2 minutes, otherwise you'll fail the bonus objective. Yeah, or capture the agent, but don't you dare kill anything else, or you'll fail the bonus objective. Wait, did I miss something? Oh, the only other way to farm Aya outside of bounties is doing void missions. Oh, so you do get... Oh, right, there we go. That was the comparison. 6 to 8% to the 50% at stage 5 Fortuna missions. Yeah, it isn't really, but it's the only viable way of farming them. Indeed, yeah. Did miss that. And I would say that, like you said, in Warframe, the viable way to farm them is the only way to farm, because Warframe is a farming game, and if you're not farming it... Yeah. Coleman definitely agrees. Right, I caught up with chat.
Oh, hell yeah.
So, what do we do then? I'm thinking that I want to level up, so...
Can I check something real quick?
Yeah, sure. Wait. Check what? I got confused. Coleman personally likes the Orb Valley's bounties. I think they're kind of fine. I don't like the one where you have to run in, press a button, and run out from a corridor. Often get a little bit lost, and it's... Oh, well, not anymore. When you do it enough, it's always the same path, just back and forth. There's no tiling variation or... Oh, spy, yeah. I think the spy mission is all... Well, there are a couple of different spy missions, but there is one in particular that I really didn't like. Or spy bounty, I mean. Since assassination, case capture, cache recovery, drone hijack, exterminate, and spy are all quick and easy. Despite the one in the little garage area. Oh, that's the one I don't mind, because it's over in like a second. You just go inside, get the thing, and it takes... Well, I suppose the annoying part is that you have to fly over there. Maybe I'm... No, you just... However, a bunch of people, like if you're playing in Publix, a lot of people fail that one.
So what I'm trying to figure out is how to unlock the endless mode, and it's telling me that the endless mode might be available after you unlock survival mode, but I haven't figured out how to unlock survival mode yet.
Oh, I thought survival was endless.
I think
I thought they were the same.
survival takes you up to wave 25, and then if you get past that, you unlock endless.
Because we have, and I think it is for the same level, because I was looking at those, our available missions, and like for example, we finished City in the Cliffs on medium, and now we can do it on survival mode if we want to. Right? Oh, we can do it on easy on survival mode. I suppose we unlock it survival mode there as well.
That makes sense. Like the highest difficulty you completed on unlocks survival mode for the lower difficulties. That would make sense, yeah.
I mean, we could run that on survival mode medium once.
Sure.
Oh, you can pick starting wave. I mean, we're definitely gonna fail it. I'm convinced, because what? Wave 15, I think we got to? Like that. What did we start on? Like wave 6, I think we used to start on?
Can you do Raining Goblin survival?
No. That's why I'm thinking
That's
that
unlocked?
maybe there is no survival, because that's not a mission, that's a challenge, right?
Ah, yeah.
That's why I wanted to science, and that's why I wanted to do the entire thing, just to finish it a couple of times and see if the loot you're looking for is the reward at the end, because we got that staff yesterday, right?
And I was checking about this online, and it said something about like after you beat the normal rounds, you can push continue on the end screen, and it'll just keep letting you play more waves.
Alright, and was that specifically about Raining Goblins, or was that...
That was like a general...
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, because I'm thinking that the challenges does not, maybe not have survival and endless modes, but rather all the campaign missions.
But I'm okay with playing this.
Actually, I want to try and just start from wave 1, if that's okay.
Sure.
Just to see what it looks like. I think we probably don't want that, but just to see. Just see. Alright, survival, starting wave, medium, hardcore mode, everything is fine. And go. Which, because I'm gonna be building walls. Just over here. How much mana is that? 130? Not enough. But I can build these walls and then move on.
Yeah, I actually really enjoy this map, so I don't mind playing it over and over.
Yeah,
and over again.
Like, when we first started it, I got confused all the time because I was lost, but now that I can find my way in it, it's a pretty neat setup. Like it.
Also, I think we're getting better. Like, we're refining where the towers are placed and stuff.
Exactly.
From analyzing it so much.
Indeed. Reap the rewards of all the analysis. Oh, Roostercock. Let's see again. The chicken on the screen. Indeed, he can.
Oh, you have the chicken equipped?
Yes. It has
I
some.
thought you'd be annoyed.
Yeah, but on the Squire, I'm not actually
Oh, right.
using the Squire in. Oh, have you picked up all the mana? Oh, actually, I do have some. I don't think I need more. Maybe I do.
I already placed an electric tower everywhere, so I think I'm good to give you the mana. Sometimes I've noticed I can open a box and run away before the mana catches up to me and it just lands on the ground.
Yes. That as well. I think it's probably fine. And this side was fine. The only problem we had here was that one of the proximity mines got fucked by just not paying attention. I do that all the time. Difficult. Keep track of everything that's going on. Good, Mr. Holden. No, it's fine. It's fine. Holden says, I like the one inside the facility since it is very easy if you have the mod for the Parazon to set yourself invisible so you can just run through, use the cipher in the terminal. Yeah, but that's kind of what bores me, Coleman, because it takes a while and just doing the same thing over and over, exactly the same, is kind of boring to me.
Play some stuff.
Right. Remember now. Screwed up with the gas traps before I put them in a terrible location. That's also screwed us a little bit. I want to do that again. Fuck on the screen, indeed. I'm thinking I'll place all my proximity mines and then... Oh shit, can I even afford placing all the proximity mines? Oh yeah, fine. Like, my memory's terrible again. Remember... I've got 30 mana, but I think... Oh, actually, we start from wave 7. I picked it at wave 1, but wave 1 is wave 7 for some reason.
I saw that.
And 30 waves are the shuffle.
Maybe the lowest wave you can be is the starting wave that normally is. Even if you pick wave 1, it starts at wave 7 because that's what it normally starts at.
Yeah. Weird though. Why have... If wave 7 is wave 1, why have... Wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Why do they even exist if you can't play them? Oh, they're probably on easy.
Yeah, they are on easy. But why are they selectable from the menu? I don't know.
Good thing we did start on wave 1. I think we would have failed miserably. Like, if I put, let's say, wave 6, that would have probably put us at what? 13? With this defense? Okay. I don't think it's gonna... Yeah, let's do it. I don't think that would work. Oh yeah, fucked. Love seeing the spiders dying. Die, evil spiders, die. Upgrades. Where are the wyverns? Right, you wanted a protective proximity trap and... tried to put the gas trap over there, but I don't think that was doing a lot, so I think I'm going to put it right here instead. Maybe it's going to be easier to upgrade this stuff? Oh yeah, like that. This I don't remember. Probably right here? Oh, but there's going to be an overlap. It's going to be an overlap. Do you see this thing that I'm moving around, by the way?
Yes, I do.
Do you remember how we were thinking here? I want to protect these, but at the same time, it's going to be overlapping, and I suppose you could just repair or upgrade the proximity trap if it starts running out.
Yes.
So I think it's better to just give it a good placement right there. And then I think I have placed all the things that I am supposed to be placing. Now it's just building towers and minions left, and upgrading, of course. There you go. Run around, open some chests. I can do this. Get upgrades. One thing at a time. Very good. Wonder if... oh, part of me is going in this philosophy of love thing, that part of me just don't super care or are not very interested in the philosophy of love, but like I was saying before, what's the point of life if not interacting with other people? So, understanding love might be very useful for a person. I suppose the philosophy of love, though, is it ends up being a very subjective experience. Oh, well, you can still have use for having others helping you define those things. Point to 1 million to level up, like something like that. All these beautiful, beautiful minions. They feel a little bit necro style. Have you looked in what the other minions do yet?
There's a spider. A spider minion? What does it do? I don't know.
I'm
It's a
assuming
start.
it's similar, like these archers are similar to the other archers, so I'm assuming that the spider is similar to the spiders, that it webs enemies and slow them down.
Sounds accurate.
I was like, making an ass out of me and you by assuming, but it's like a pretty good guess.
Do you have any more mana?
I
You
don't...
get all the chests?
I think I got all the chests, and I don't have more mana. Or, no. Pretty sure I got all of them. Unless there's one hiding over here. I don't think it does, though. Oh, actually. I'm 250 mana just laying around outside of the chest area. So here you go.
What do you know?
There you go. Oh. Very nice. Good place to check. Remember that. Oh, and down here as well, there are no chests, but sometimes... No, I think those are going to be picked up always. Any other parts of the map? I don't think so. Gonna level up your summoner? Nice.
Yeah, he's pretty close to leveling up.
Very nice. Do the shooting. Can I push you back? I don't think so. Seem like I can push you back either. I go nuts on this. Oh wow, that upgrade takes a while. I don't know if this is the best way to get started, but I often upgrade the lightning tower a lot at the start.
Yeah, I do as well.
Wyvern just flying around here. Oh, I can't even reach him.
I definitely can't reach him because
Oh,
I'm a summoner.
I could. There we go.
Nice murder.
Nice murder. It wasn't me, it was my pet who killed it.
But it's not murder.
Yeah, then it's not murder, indeed.
Yeah.
Then it's an accident, right? If your pet kills someone, that's an
Whoops.
accident.
Yeah, that's a big whoopsie. Whoopsie doopsie.
I think you still would, even though it is an accident, I think you would go down for manslaughter if your pet kills
I
someone.
think so as well. Because you probably, mishandled your pet,
Exactly. Yeah.
like, abused them, and now they're attacking people. That's probably your fault.
Definitely. Your fault. What am I doing over here? Oh, upgrading this tower, yeah. Oh, not the archer minion. I still feel a little bit worried about this area here. Like, could we afford another tower? Oh, we haven't placed everything yet. Suppose that's what you're gonna be doing. I think I've placed all the traps.
Intentionally optimized my strategy.
That's very nice. So you're kind of finished?
Yeah.
Alright, so then just for my peace of mind, some sort of tower right here aiming, like hitting. Well, not the tower here, but something shooting.
I put this tower here, and I specifically pointed it so it should be able to shoot over there. It will shoot over there.
No, but like something with a little bit. You know what? It's fine. It's gonna be fine. Don't worry about it.
It's fine. Yeah.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Is it fine? It's fine.
It's gonna be fine. Right, let's open some chests. Did you already open all of them? Nice, good job. You're really good at that. I'm terrible at it. Imagine that being a little bit frustrating, having to do it yourself all the time.
No, it's good because I have the summoner and he's the fastest character.
Oh, nice. Speedrunning strats. That type of group play where I'm like, oh, I'm helping. I'm just standing here doing nothing. I'm helping by leeching mana, or leeching XP, I suppose.
When I leech, what I do is instead of building towers, I go collect mana for whoever is building.
Yeah, that's actually what I've been doing now during the fights, just collecting mana and upgrading towers. Really do like...
Leveled up.
Congrats! Or good job. I really do like the sniper tower layout that you've set up over here in this area. Works great, it looks great.
I think it's good.
Yeah. That proximity mine is down at 8. I'm gonna just go ahead and assume that one over at the ramp is probably also down at 8. This time around, I'm gonna run around, see which of the traps needs upgrading. Oh, we got someone just some enemy just AFK. You know what? I'm gonna wait on upgrading that. Where is it? Wait, they're usually over by...
Dude, there are spiders all over the place. I keep killing them and they keep on showing up.
That's... Oh, you mean in real life? AFK. Yes. I don't see where the enemy is. There's a new... Oh! Found him. Burn! That's what we like to see. That was a new spot to get stuck. Oh, wow. Crap doesn't level up. Oh yeah. 74. This... Krzygok says that spiders are beneficial. Why kill them?
They're not beneficial inside my home.
They are invading personal space. I'm assuming that's the reason. You don't want them there.
Yes. Personal
space and fuck off. Or, well, do some good murder, I suppose, rather than...
Same with mice. If they stay outside, it's not a problem. They can live outside and be living their happy mouse lives. But inside, they get hit with the mouse trap.
Yeah. Good murder. I think I'm squeamish like that, so I think if I lived in a situation where I had to deal with mice, I would probably not murder them. I would just put a trap to trap them and then take them somewhere else and drop them off. I've heard that's a mistake. I would probably do it anyway. Well, no.
It's not necessarily a mistake. What I would suggest is taking the time to get familiar with what species of mice are native to your area and only letting go the ones that are native and killing the rest.
Oh, very nice. Good thinking.
Yeah, because there's invasive mice species that aren't supposed to be there, and it's best not to let them go.
Indeed. I think, though, that at the end, if I lived in a situation like that, I would probably get lazy with time and just... Nope, I'm not going outside and moving distances just to drop this fucker off. No, let's just kill him, throw him up. Just put him on spikes as a warning for all the others.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do that easy.
Yeah.
I would just toss him out a bit into the forest, I suppose. Because I would assume there would be a forest or just nature around where I could toss him off. Cook says, I mean, even inside your home, spiders are beneficial unless you like flies and mosquitoes. I'm assuming that...
Those can't be here either.
Yeah, I'm assuming that you would deal with that murder yourself as well.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't mind, actually, I wouldn't mind spiders inside either if they just stay the fuck out of my way. Like, if they hide or live in the places where I don't have to see them, then they're not a problem. Just, if they're getting close to me, it's like, nope. Or if I have to go through spider web when I wake up in the morning and go to the bathroom, then it's just fucking no. I would consider that unacceptable as well. Yeah, if there's like a spider web up in the corner of a window or something, that wouldn't bother me. Time to make the rounds. Pick every single trap for... You have 45. That's fantastic. That's what I like to see. You have 19, so definitely time for an upgrade. Over here. 25, also time for an upgrade. Oh, all your towers are max? Love it. Oh, I haven't upgraded any walls pretty much at all.
I haven't really needed to. The towers kill them before they even get close to the walls.
Yeah.
But I will be upgrading them, of course.
Yeah, yeah. Might as well go with the towers first, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because want those to be upgraded. Right now I'm sitting on 800 mana and I can't upgrade this tower because I don't have enough. But you know what? I can upgrade during the thing. Rooster Cock says, I think I never purposely killed a spider in my life. I'm a good cock. Very nice, Rooster Cock. You're friendlier towards... You give them more ethical considerations than I.
Not even when you eat them?
Yeah, not even when you eat them. Are you a vegetarian?
There's no such thing. Chickens eat bugs.
Yeah, but, I mean... It can be human vegetarians. Can't chicken be... Hawks be vegetarians as well? Like,
Nope.
No? I wouldn't know. Well, they ate seeds and stuff as well, but spiders aren't bugs.
Oh, what are they?
Yeah, well, what are they? Also, I feel like the words were bugs and such. I feel like that's what was said. Aren't spiders and such?
I don't know what that means.
I mean, it's like, oh, well, they're bugs and similar things.
I mean, I know what it means, but I don't know what that means in that context.
Right. If you say, I thought the chicken eat bugs and such, and then Roostercock says spiders aren't bugs. So what? That like an...
So they fit in the such.
Yeah, that's my point. That they...
But I thought they are bugs.
Yeah, so did I. So I'm curious either way. Definitely curious. Arachnoids. Oh, they're their own thing? That's pretty cool. Arachnoids are not bugs. They're just completely their own thing? That's kind of cool.
I think they're bugs. My definition of bugs includes spiders.
Yeah,
And
arachnoids.
scorpions. Did you know that people who live in Arizona and stuff, they just have scorpions that show up in their house and like sting them on the foot and stuff?
That sounds awful.
Doesn't it? I don't know how they live there with that. That's not an acceptable environment to live in.
Yeah. Did you know that people live in areas where there are frequent earthquakes?
I think even in the areas with frequent earthquakes are not that frequent.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
People live in areas with tornadoes and stuff.
they do.
There are many places.
And the likelihood of your house getting hit by the tornado is like pretty limited, but I wouldn't even want to live in a place where there's a threat of that.
Yeah. Live where there are a bunch of forest fires. There are many weird places people live with dangerous stuff going on.
This place where I live now is in danger of forest fires, but it wasn't always like this. It's more of a recent thing from global warming, I'm guessing. So maybe I should move.
Maybe.
I live next to a volcano.
Yeah, and that was the thing I was going to bring up. There are some people who live next to a volcano.
I mean, it hasn't exploded yet, but it could.
Exactly. It hasn't exploded yet. That's the operative word, isn't it? Oh,
Yeah.
I feel
I
like...
mean, theoretically, we'll have like weeks of
Yeah.
warning
Yeah,
ahead
exactly.
of time.
It's
by
not
the
just
scientists, but
waking up in the middle of the night by the sound of explosions. That's not...
fire and brimstone.
Yeah, exactly. What is happening? I mean, at the same time, was it Carthage?
What?
There was an old place in Greece where there are people lying in their bed,
Oh,
dying from a volcano exploding. So maybe
but that was from ancient times, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't modern.
they didn't have the knowledge we have today.
Just,
Hopefully.
they didn't have volcanoologists.
Exactly. I feel like, wasn't it like that's where the word volcano comes from that those people, that village or whatever it was, just disappearing? Before that, the concept of volcano...
I'm sure they had a warning. Like, they probably saw the volcano, like,
smoke and... yeah.
spewing shit, and they were probably like, oh, I hope the gods aren't angry.
Yeah. And then they were worried a bit, and then weeks went by and nothing happened, and it's like, yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
it's doing its thing.
It's fine.
Yeah. And then boom, it wasn't fine anymore.
Yep. Also, I feel like people back then probably didn't have the ability to be mobile and to just move from their whole city like that.
Yeah. And
They
that's
didn't have cars and whatnot.
that fits very much with Roostercock's next comment, which is people live in areas where some fucking idiot egomaniac decides to wage war and sends tanks to destroy their houses. Where it's some people live somewhere, maybe not by super choice, it's just where they live. That's how life went for them. I guess I can get behind the what am I thinking of? The global domination, right? Humanity dominating the entire planet. So some people living there, you know what? I can get behind that as long as I don't have to. If they're fine with it, I'm all for it. It's just,
I mean, when Mount St. Helens blew up, there was like most people were evacuated. Everyone knew that it was probably going to blow,
yeah.
but there were some people who stayed anyways, and they died.
And they died. There we go. They were like, I don't trust you guys, or I don't fucking care. I've lived here my whole life. I'm not moving.
Yep, there were some people like that for sure.
There were some people like that in Chernobyl, and they survived.
Yeah, they did.
Well,
Because it turns out the radiation level in Chernobyl isn't actually that bad necessarily.
huh. We're getting far on these upgrades here.
Really?
Like,
Oh yeah, the upgrades are good. I've upgraded everything multiple times.
yeah,
It's great.
I can't upgrade any towers anymore.
I'm upgrading minions at this point.
Yeah. I feel like it's a
I mean,
waste.
they haven't been dying, so.
Yeah, but they get a little bit of damage. They get a little bit of... Suppose we have some room for more towers. You know what? Something that I did notice that will become a problem in the future is that I think I want one more tower over here. Specifically aiming towards over here. I don't know if I want an electric tower or maybe a fireball tower. How much is the fireball tower in defense units?
I don't know.
Pretty cheap, right?
See?
Because I think I do want some AoE. How much are you? That's only 5. Yeah, like if you can put it... Will it reach from over here? Fireball tower, just...
Check. It reaches pretty far, yeah.
Yeah. I think that would make me happy, because these walls have been taking a little bit of damage. More than I am happy with, so... Thanks.
I think maybe another sniper tower on this one might be good.
Yeah. Go for it. I was thinking that when I was running past, like, that... Seems like you could use some more. More!
S'mores?
Yes.
Chocolate marshmallow graham cracker?
Right. I actually didn't know exactly what s'mores were before.
That's what that is.
Yeah. I assumed from you
make it
telling.
At a campfire.
Yes.
Yes. You roast the marshmallow, and then you put some chocolate and graham cracker, and you mush the roasted marshmallow in between, and it melts the chocolate, and it makes it into like a little sweet sandwich.
Nice. Seems very, very nice, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Bristocock said, well, they have to die one day either way. Why should they move from the home they love just to postpone it? Huh. To each their own, right? I would certainly prefer to die before getting so old I can't even wipe my own ass. That's kind of what I'm feeling as well. Right now. I mean, maybe as you get older, you stop caring more and more, and it's just... Oh man, I would imagine that there are some old people that's just like, oh, I'm getting some free intimacy here. Someone wiping my ass. Pretty fucked up, isn't it? But I can imagine some people doing that. I think that's not for me, though. Feels like it's way too... Because I'm not a big fan of being too intimate with strangers or acquaintances. Like, I have some issues with hugs, for example. Not a big fan of them. Yeah. I wonder if euthanasia is going to be a thing when I get old enough to
Yeah, it's a
die.
thing.
I mean, in like...
It's a thing right now.
It's going to be legal, I mean, and supported the way I would prefer it to be.
I mean, the one-child policy isn't really a thing anymore.
Wait. I get confused. What was that?
You said there's euthanasia. They started.
Oh. I was like, there's a pun in there that I'm missing. And I did miss it, yeah. Euthanasia, indeed.
Yeah, it's already a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely already a thing. My guess, though, is that I'm not the healthiest person in the world, and there is a lot of cancer going on in my mana over here. Definitely. There's a bunch of cancer going on, so I'm thinking that I'm gonna get cancer, and depending on the cancer, sooner or later I'll like gonna have a conversation with the doctor. It's like, oh well, now it's not much time left, and it's mostly gonna be pain, so time to go. Oh shit, I'm upgrading on the wrong side. You can upgrade these ones because these definitely won't take damage.
Have you ever seen a YouTube channel called Bald and Bankrupt?
Bald and Bankrupt? No, I have not.
Yeah. He like goes through a lot of Slavic countries and goes around and talks to people, and this was a lot before the Ukraine war. So he was in Russia and Ukraine and that sort of area. And he went to Chernobyl in one of his videos and he found a graveyard in Chernobyl that no one's been to in a really long time. And he found like an old tin on the ground and he poured vodka into it and he took a shot for the people that died.
Nice.
But
Sure.
everyone in the comments was like, I can't believe you did that. Do you know how radioactive that metal probably is?
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Probably a bit, yeah.
Yeah. But he has a super entertaining YouTube channel.
Could imagine that, like, if you move around in Chernobyl, you probably have a, what's it called, Geiger counter?
Yeah.
And maybe check before doing it.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I don't remember seeing that in the video. You know, a lot of YouTubers, they play it up for the camera. They have the Geiger counter. They're like, oh, look at how many times it's ticking.
Oh.
But I don't remember that from his videos, so I don't even know if he had one.
Maybe not.
His goal was to, like, reach the people that lived there and to, like, give them give them some money or some food or something to help them because they live there and they're in poverty basically, and they
Yeah.
hardly can afford anything.
Very nice.
Mm-hmm.
Right, where we're at? Wave 14. I think wave 14 was the final one,
Wave.
right?
Yeah.
That used to be the last wave. Oh, wow. Oh, shit. That was a lot of damage. That was very dangerous. I think my wall is breaking here. Repair! Oh, that's... Repair it! Not the gas trap. Damn it. Oh shit, I'm dying over here. And I'm dead. Yeah, that didn't take long. You were killed as well.
I am also dead. I don't even know what I died from. A wyvern, maybe?
I don't have any walls. I don't think we're gonna make it.
I think your walls are dying pretty quick because your squire isn't leveled up or doesn't have enough gear or something.
Oh, right, yeah, I gotta do that. Definitely. Right. Gotta make the rounds, run around with the squire, look for gear. Really? We will make it.
Might survive. Oh, look at this tower over here. It's getting attacked by wyverns, but the archers are taking care of it.
Very nice. This was dangerous. Sucked looking at all that mana disappearing as well.
Yeah.
Oh, I was a little bit worried when we started running out of enemies that one of the enemies would jank out the way it did before, right? And it would just
stuck forever.
yeah, be stuck forever, just sit there. Ugh. What we're gonna do is we're gonna swap hero. Gotta check for more loot. Oh, so slow. Build more walls, upgrade more walls. All this loot we have. I'll equip you because you're better than the other one, but it's still not good enough. Ooh, that proximity trap almost broke as well. Almost out. Did the walls break in your place as well?
No.
Those were the only two walls, but I want to go around.
But the fact that the walls broke, but the towers were still able to defend it just by themselves kind of shows that the walls are the weak spot and the towers are just fine.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, definitely the weak. Could make the argument that a good offense is a good defense, right? Right, looking for loot. That's what I was gonna do. I lost track of what I was doing. Damn it. Maybe I should stick around with the squire as well, gather some XP, a little bit more health.
Yeah, 74 is a magic number, right? So you want to get your heroes up to that if you can.
Yeah. Indeed. Sucks having to be... kind of have to be picky with the squire as well, since I only care about the one stat. Oh shit, I forgot to check all the traps now. Do I upgrade this? Or just repair it? No, I'm gonna upgrade it. And these as well. Oh fuck me, that was all the mana. These walls are gonna break again. Yeah, we're not. Wave 15 is fucked. Oh, thank you. I think we're still gonna be fucked though. Oh, I wonder if the walls are the weak spot. Maybe I should not. Maybe I should just put some extra walls right here. Because we do have some extra defense units.
Yeah.
Put an extra wall right here, and maybe that's gonna help us.
And then you can upgrade them while the wave's going.
Yeah. I wonder why these dudes do damage. Right, a little bit of upgrade. That. I'll have to upgrade that thing. Alright, now we're gonna listen to that lovely sound of the chicken.
Wait, you said lovely sound.
Yeah. Rooster cooks
The
it.
chicken I gave you, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm still confused.
Yeah. I was... I think I meant that other word. Not lovely, but the other one.
Unlovely.
Right. I mean, the sound is fine. It's...
Is it?
Yeah, I think the sound is fine. It's just the repetition of the sound that becomes a problem.
I'm dead.
That was fast.
Those jumpy guys, they just jumped on top of me and I died.
Well, I've got so much health now. I've got 4,700 health. So they jumped on top of me, but I survived. Oh, you did? You do?
Is that a lot? 4,000?
Yeah. It's like 5 times the normal health I have. I think that's a lot. Crucifix is sexy, it's music to my ears.
Oh, it must be a hen then.
Yes. It's true, it kind of looks like a hen, and since it's shooting eggs, I'm kind of assuming that it is.
I thought it was like Yoshi.
Is Yoshi not...
You know, Yoshi, it like shoots eggs, but it's a boy, I think.
Oh. I would assume that if you shoot eggs, then you're not...
Yeah, I'm confused about Yoshi, actually.
Yeah, I'm feeling confused as well. About this whole... Oh. But who knows? Feels like I haven't even run over to check your side. I'm afraid of going out there.
Oh, I would tell you if my side was
nice.
in any danger. Some wyverns did like massive damage, but they hardly even touched it, so...
Oh, fuck me, where is it? Oh no. Well, luckily I have this chicken here. Yeah, this chicken here can deal with this situation.
Yeah, is Yoshi a boy or a girl? I'm confused at this point.
Well, if Yoshi is shooting eggs or whatever, then I
But there's
would.
a girl Yoshi. It's like a pink. I forgot its name. It's like a pink Yoshi. It's a girl Yoshi, and Yoshi's green, and I think it's supposed to be a boy Yoshi. But they all shoot eggs, I think.
Yoshi is just fucking crazy then. He's just picking up all these eggs and just bring them with him just to toss at people.
But
Pretty
the
fucked up.
eggs follow behind him, which kind of seems like he's laying them.
Well,
They're his offspring.
it's not that they follow because they're eggs, right? They can't move, so it's his magic. He picks them up and brings them with him, and then he tosses them like.
That can't be. Magic isn't real.
Nice. Magic isn't real, but Yoshi definitely is. Very nice. Rusiku said, "Why do you think it's a boy node runner?" Yeah. And Yoshi, I thought you meant this chicken is a boy. It's clearly a hen. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's clearly a hen.
Yeah, I thought Yoshi was a boy.
Yeah, the point was that for some reason this hen could have been like Yoshi. That's how we got into the whole Yoshi thing. It could have been. If Yoshi is indeed a boy or... Well, another question, is it an adult or not?
I don't know. I mean, Yoshi's pretty old at this point. How long has Yoshi been around?
Right, yeah. Gotta be at this point.
Or is it like Ash Ketchum? He's been around for years, but he's still a kid. Or like The Simpsons. Like
right. I would guess The Simpsons, right? They are ageless in that sense. So the consensus is Yoshi is a transsexual.
Oh.
Oh.
How progressive.
Could be.
I'm surprised Nintendo in like the early 90s and 80s were that progressive.
I see a spot where the trap is gone. Which characters again? I feel like in general though that my intuition is that a bunch of the Asian countries are way more like traditionally don't have as big a problem with transsexuality as the like British Empire does.
Yeah. Yeah, I get that feeling too.
Right.
But I have no idea. I am not Asian.
Oh. I remember seeing some like my real first interactions with out in public transsexuals or whatever, that was in Thailand, and I saw a bunch of them just living their everyday lives.
Yep.
Not.
They're people. They do that.
Yeah, exactly. There was no hiding or anything.
Yep. It's kind of sad that people feel like they have to hide.
Yeah. I remember hearing about that. Well, what did they call it? Passing, right? Yeah. Was this idea that kind of have to hide and pass as the other gender, kinda. Otherwise, you're afraid to go outside, kinda, which is pretty sad.
Yeah.
Because
are we ready for the next round? I'm kind of scared, actually.
I need to switch character again. I not actually finished yet.
Well, no, you're Swedish.
Indeed, I am. We'll see what happens. Let's go. Definitely not convinced that this is gonna be fine. Gotta be something though.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff happening right now.
Oh shit, I put that too far away. Nice. That's what we like to see. That other wall really is helping.
Your spike blockade is dead.
Wait, already? Yes, it
That's what I said.
is. That was fast.
I think you're not seeing the important messages for whatever reason.
Yeah, there's...
Maybe it's because of past trauma. You just blocked it out of your mind.
No, it says block, and my mind just blocks anything when it says block. Oh. What it is, it's too much clutter. I don't see what's going on in the game, like, in general.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in this game.
This ogre has so much health. Finally dead, though. Stop shooting at me, I'm trying to repair. I feel like the... Oh, I wonder if there's a repair range that you can get. I feel like the repairing range is way too short. Like, you get interrupted all the time. Oh, I want to repair this. You're not allowed. Well, that sucks.
I'm less than a fan.
Yeah. Have you ever encountered an ogre in a video game who did not have a lot of health? I mean, the ogres like 2 waves ago did not have this much health. He was alive for a minute, right? Just standing, hitting stuff that I didn't want him to hit. Thing needs to be repaired as well. Wow. The proximity trap is almost out of charges. And it had like 99, I think, when we started. All of them has... All of them, well, almost, a lot of them was used. Crazy stuff. Wave complete!
Hell yeah, dude.
That.
My side was looking pretty good that round.
Ah. That's some issues, but I'm gonna spend a bunch of mana building another wall over here, because that wall, even though it blew up, it was very helpful. I'm gonna upgrade it a bunch of times. Is there a Shrek game? I'm assuming that Shrek does maybe not have
Probably
an exorbitant amount of health. No, it would be a kid's game, and they would have so much health that the game would be easy, wouldn't it?
Hopefully.
Criticus says Trump would be proud. Wait.
About building a wall.
Oh, right. Right. I've been building so many walls. I've made that joke myself a couple of times. Gotta build the wall. Trump never did get around to building a wall. Did...
He did.
Oh, he did? There is a wall.
Or rather, he made improvements to the border.
Right, yeah. Improvements, I heard.
I don't know if it's like a full wall all the way across the border. The border's really big, so that'd be quite a project.
That would be quite a project.
It is monitored, and there is a fence at least, and some sections have like full-on walls. but it's such a big border that people get across regardless.
Indeed. Right. Do you have so you can upgrade this proximity trap here? Because I'm a little bit worried. I'm gonna start running out, and I'm thinking that maybe an upgrade would be fine. The 99.
Can you place another trap here?
Yes, I can. If I
Because
get the mana.
one was here, but it went away.
Oh, I see, I see. I'll switch characters. Yeah, I was looking at the defense units, and I'm like, something is gone. That's the one.
That was the thing?
That was the thing.
Yeah, there's a lot of jumpers and stuff now.
Yes.
Making it over the walls.
Kind of feel the same that I don't have explosion inside of the... I don't have that big a problem, though. I think you get more of the jumpers for some reason. Where did that... Oh, you picked it up again.
Wall position. Maybe it needs to be further forward a bit.
Right. Oh. But yeah, I'll put it right here, because they're gonna start hitting... They don't jump to the towers, right? They start hitting the minions.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll put it right kind of here.
But there are like spiders and stuff that attack from back here sometimes.
Oh, do you want it... Like I can't... You want... Oh, I can't put it... This is as far back... Well, maybe I could put it... I could put it over...
Wherever you think it'll trigger. You're the trap master.
Well, I'm not here, right? I don't know where there are... Where they are.
Yeah, dudes just jump over and they're like right where I'm standing.
Yeah, so...
Right around here.
Let's put it right here.
There's also spiders back here attacking this tower. Actually, this tower almost died a couple times because of spiders attacking it.
Right,
but,
so...
Conversely, this side gets attacked more, but nothing has really died or been close to dying over here.
Right, if it gets attacked more, that means... Oh, actually, and if I put it here, we're gonna have an overlap, though. So this one is gonna get triggered with the other one. So this one is gonna get triggered on cooldown, probably. So let's put it here. Yeah. Just pay attention, it only has 50, so you might want to upgrade it during the wave. When it starts going low.
This hammer looks sick.
Yeah, I had one of those similar looking hammers before a little while. It was sick when you were holding it as well. Precise and cool.
Thor would be proud.
Oh. I'm gonna switch characters again. And my last mana upgrading the wall. Another brick, eh?
Pink Floyd.
Mana. Well... I'm just gonna do a few repairs before we start. I have a few things that are not full health, and worried. The word I want to use here. That this...
I think a healthy amount of concern is justified here.
Like, we're getting close. Sooner or later, the last wave is gonna happen. Just...
Yeah.
That's just where we're at.
To 30, right?
Oh, definitely not.
To like 20 or something, that'd be amazing.
Oh yeah, I would be super happy if we get to 20. I am not convinced that we will, but it would make me happy.
It's worth a shot.
Mr. Cox says, that's unfortunate. Hopefully some loot will contain medicine. Didn't get that one.
I don't get that one either.
Medicine for what? Fuck, the context just disappears sometimes. What about this loot? Did I check this before? I think I did. Through that. Oh, and there's some loot over there that I don't think I did check. It's way over here. Oh, hammer looks sick. Gotta get some medicine for that hammer.
Oh, yeah.
No. You know what? I am...
You know what? I
No.
don't think it needs medicine. I think it just needs some electrolytes.
Electrolytes.
Yeah, because Thor's hammer is like electrical.
Oh, nice. Nice. I'm ready, by the way. You're ready?
As well.
The chicken noises hasn't been that worrying because the screen and the audio is so much cluttered that I kind of I don't see what's happening like at all. Just like I'm missing the important notifications. I'm kind of missing the chicken noises as well when all this shit is happening. But of course I was mentioning it now, so that all changed. Fire Nation attacked.
Your blockade's destroyed.
Yeah, I think that blockade, I was feeling good about it, but I've changed my mind.
Maybe some gas traps are annoying.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Stop attacking me. I think that's just a waste of mana building and upgrading that wall because the gas traps don't reach that far. Can you repair anything? Like, as soon as I get close to the wall, I get attacked. Oh, actually, oh, there we go.
I'm dealing with some shit.
Dude, we can do it. Oh, I'm so lucky. It actually worked.
Yeah, there's some action happening over here now.
I actually love how I don't get one-shot anymore, because getting one-shot sucked.
And our roll's down.
Oh, that's it then. It's... well, maybe not. Like you said, the walls are
I
not...
think that's probably it.
Oh, right. Bunch of ogres.
Yeah.
You know what? That's another spike blockade. Oh. You know what?
It just wiped through the whole thing.
Maybe I could have showed up and picked up some... build some new walls. But, well...
because the walls were max level, and that max level was not good enough.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't. You could argue that the damage was not good enough because Ogre survived too long, but... I don't know how else to deal with that.
You're probably not gonna one-shot an Ogre through the whole endless career.
I'm disappointed. That's... Of course you're gonna one-shot.
The Ogres, like, they shoot these balls.
Yeah.
Damage at the walls,
are
and
the
you
worst.
kill them, but the ball still does damage.
Yeah. Balls are the worst. That's his damage that you're gonna have to live with. But yeah, I definitely need a better stat.
By the way, you have tavern item pickups unlocked. There's a mechanic in the tavern where you can place items on the ground by dropping them.
Yeah.
And you have it unlocked, so anyone who enters your tavern can steal your items that are on the ground.
Yeah.
You want that?
Is that not fine? I mean, I don't usually put a bunch of stuff on the ground.
It's fine as long as you're aware of what that means.
Right, my thinking was that maybe, like, if I wanted... well, we could just trade for it, right? I don't need to drop it and pick it up, so... You know what?
I think the idea that most people have is they put stuff on the ground as like a form of storage.
Yeah.
So they don't have to have it in their item box and cluttering it up.
That's a good tip. Good looking out, yeah. I switched it, but it's probably not gonna switch until the next tavern, if you will. Yeah, good looking out. Lock the item drops, indeed. Alright, what's next?
What is next? You can also store items in your hero shop, and as long as you don't set a price for them, then they will be not sellable. So
What,
you can
is
store
there a
it.
reason why you would not want to store stuff in the item box?
Because when you're grabbing new loot, you're putting your old loot automatically into the item box, and then there might be some stuff you don't want to sell, and if you're not like carefully going through each item and making sure the items you want are locked and the items you want to sell are unlocked through all those pages, it can be easier to just put the items that you actually want to keep somewhere else and then to just sell all on your item box.
But if you... Alright. If I have an item that I want to put somewhere else, where do I have to grab that item from?
The item box.
So can't I just lock it in the item box because I have to look in the item box anyways?
You can.
So it feels like more work. Oh, right. I
But
can
also
just
your
drop it on
item
the
box can be
ground.
full.
Yeah. And you can specific loot that if you don't want to look for that specific loot, you can do shenanigans for that. Oh, this loot I'm gonna want to equip again in the future, so I'll put it somewhere else for now.
Yeah, you can make like little groups of loot for certain characters
Yeah,
in your
exactly.
tavern.
And it doesn't get lost if you drop it on the tavern. You can just log out and
No.
then
Yep.
it'll be there. Very nice.
If you go in the like random shops and stuff, you'll see they have stuff all over the ground.
Yeah, yeah.
They're like showing it off. Some of them even have like floor shops, so the stuff on the floor is for sale, and they have like mana token, name the amount of mana that stuff costs, and so you just ask them to unlock that stuff and sell it to you in a trade.
Very cool. Very cool. Curious if we check the thing here. Wait, where did I put the thing? Did I? Oh shit. E7 zip. That was the one, right? Yeah.
Yes.
I don't want to get rid of that. I had my... Oh, here's the guide, isn't it? See what else it recommended.
Maybe we could even try to do the level that gives you a mega chicken. I don't remember which one it was, but
Right. Yeah, let's check that. I think Mega Chicken... Oh, no, it's Tinker's Lab. Final wave 35. I don't think we are good enough to do Tinker's Lab yet. Are we? Do you want to try again?
maybe not. 35? That's like you have to beat strategy or survival at 35. That sounds like a lot.
Oh, we have the... Right, I wanted a diamond, right? Oh, wow. Obtain 88 coal by completing Winter Wonderland, Silent Night, or Winter Mire campaign.
Sounds like a lot.
On Nightmare difficulty. Does sound like a lot.
Yeah.
There's a small diamond, though, which is 44 coal, which is also a lot.
I'm still struggling to understand the progression system in this game.
Right, that's kind of why I wanted to... I want to be good... us to be good enough to farm that place, because I think you get good gear every time you finish that challenge. The Raining Goblins. Or...
Okay.
But since we're not succeeding, we're at a weird location where we need to find some loot.
Like the musical instrument?
Useful instrument? Oh, yeah, exactly.
Musical instrument.
Yeah, the musical instrument, exactly. Need to play some DC for them or whatever. If you're challenging yourself to play hard or even insane hardcore, then you have no shortage finding new better gear. Upgrading items to their max level is unnecessary and expensive. The amount it costs to upgrade an item will increase with every level exponentially. Accessories especially. So maybe it is that. Well, the loot is so trash that I don't even want to spend time upgrading it though. Right, the pets in the tavern keep cells are expensive at early stages. Survival mode, pure strategy are ways of acquiring them without stockpiling. Oh, survival mode and pure strategy. Oh, right, pure strategy is when you only place towers, but you don't do anything. You can't attack. Why aren't we playing on pure strategy then? That's kind of what we're doing. Anyways.
Yeah, maybe we should.
Mm.
Do we have to unlock pure strategy, or do we already have?
Oh, we have for the like when we unlock survival, we also unlock pure strategy.
Okay.
Right, all maps from Deeper Well to Glitter Helm have a specific pet they yield for reaching wave 15. Oh, unless you're playing Redux, pure strategy is not worth your time. Loot is much worse than survival, even without taking into account the fact that it is unplayable with hardcore mode on. Only do it for the associated achievement. Speaking of survival loot, it gets better the deeper you go. Mix mode increases overall loot quality a bit more in exchange. Mix mode, I think, is both pure strategy and survival, but greater challenge. Loot goblins add more incentive to the mix to enable mix mode in... Oh, that's Redux thing. But yeah, the summary here, the natural path to nightmare, right? I like this. I found this list. It starts with the Deeper Well to the summit on the medium and hard campaign. Then you do Deep Well to Glitterhelm Caverns on Insane. Oh, that's where we are in progression, really. Then you do Insane Hardcore Challenges. No towers allowed, Monster Fest. So really, we want to go through the entire campaign on Insane Hardcore. Which we did some, right? We did
We
on
did the Deeper Well.
Yeah, we did ramparts on Insane, right? Yeah, yeah. But we already
Wasn't it
did
super
that.
easy?
Yeah, that was pretty easy, so we're past that. So the next step is level 74 heroes. Then it says Chico's Path. First Redux. Oh, that's some Redux episode. Deeper Well. Chemical Laboratory on hard. Yeah, this is... That guy doesn't help after that step, so I need to look for another guide. Crucicock says that the progression is easy. You earn enough to get the Mega Chicken, and you win. That's how you do it, eh? Is this exactly the same one? Right, what do we have here? Nightmare marks the overall start of Dungeon Defenders 1 mid-game. It is the highest difficulty level in the game. Did we manage to play Nightmare the first level? Maybe we should just do Nightmare going through from level 1, 2, and move forwards. We had that one ogre, right? Did we beat it? No, wait. The Deeper Well on Nightmare. No, we never beat that. Let's do that.
Let's try it.
Let's try it, see if we can get that now, because you have way better towers, and we have the summoners and whatnot, so I'm thinking that maybe we can deal with those ogres. However, I think the first wave I should start as the Huntress, because we did... Well, no, your Sniper Tower will probably deal with him now. We can just kite him down there, and your Sniper Tower will probably reach him at the kiting areas. Yeah, so I'll start and build some walls with the Squire. Are you ready? To do the thing? No answer means yes, right?
I'm ready. Yeah, I'm so ready.
Let's do it. Much.
Farewell.
What is that? That's 80. Oh, wow. So the only thing we can afford is one Sniper Tower? That might not work.
Is that the plan?
Let's try it out. If it
Calm down, chicken.
Yeah, if it doesn't work, then it doesn't work. I think though. You know what? No, I'm gonna swap hero because I'm gonna. No, I'm gonna be this hero because I can play some walls during the actual fight. And you can play some other traps during the actual fight by just grabbing mana, right? Let's do it. Start with sniper, and then we'll be fine. Yeah. Can you kill these dudes yourself? Can I kill these dudes? Wow. Chicken kills them.
Get wrecked.
You know what? I'm thinking maybe not placing a wall. Oh, you found him? He's already up. Alright, how much mana do you have? You grab that.
30, 95.
That's not enough for another sniper tower. Not really enough for...
The sniper tower is dead.
Oh, fucking spider! Fuck me. You know what? Let's restart. We can't... Can you kill him? No, there's no way we're killing this dude, right? Oh, the shield doesn't work the way I thought it did. Alright. I'm just gonna press restart because... Fuck killing him manually.
Come on, I had that guy. I just need another minute.
1 minute?
Just kidding.
Alright. Let's try the sniper tower again, but this time I'll stick around and defend the tower.
The problem is the sniper tower isn't reaching where he spawns as well.
Wait, but can you... But it can reach down here, right? If you kite him down here?
Yeah, yeah.
That's the plan I'm thinking. Like, if you can kite him in the range of the tower... That's what I want to try out, but it needs to be alive for that. I'll stay up here, wait around for the spider.
Oh, okay.
Crucifix says the shield works the way the ogre thought it did. Yeah, not at all. Oh,
the ogre spawned in a different place, and it's not taking enough damage from the sniper.
Wait, really? No, it's fine. It's gonna be fine. Look at him, he's taking all the damage. Look at that, he's already dead.
Oh, wow.
Huh, it was fine. It was super fine. Speaking of, here. Get some more...
No way. More?
More, yeah. Oh, yeah. More. Just more. That's it.
Can't even. Won't even let me place them. There we go.
Don't know how we're gonna defend the towers, though. Well, I'm gonna build walls. And we're gonna try and make them stop here. I'm not convinced that the walls will do what I want them to do, though, but we shall see. Yeah, and I'm gonna pop hero. Oh, no, not like that. Right, where are we at? 58 out of 60. That's it. That's it. I don't know if we need... or... thinking a gas trap as well, but... I don't know. We don't have defense units for that. Oh! We need... no, what we need now with the rest of the mana is minions. We need to fill this entire inner area with just minions. All the minions. Yeah, last time we were here we did not have the summoner either, so that's gonna do it.
Fill the crystal area with minions?
Yeah, like you can put on the stairs, right? Put a bunch of minions here, put a bunch of minions here. They shoot there, they protect the sniper towers, they do all the stuff that they're great at. Shooting at the training dummies, that's what they're great at. The training dummies...
that they will attack the normal enemies first.
Yeah, I'm thinking the training dummies despawn during the thing, right?
Oh, okay.
I hope so. Do you need more mana to place all of them, by the way?
I do not.
I'll just keep upgrading then. Well, if they don't, you can just move them, right? Fine. Good thing with those towers that they can easily be moved. We open all the chests? We did not. Oh shit. I was gonna do that. I thought.
To open them.
Yeah. Oh right. Yeah, that's fine. Ooh, that's a Jinn. Hope they won't kill me. Try to.
They don't despawn, but they stop shooting them for sure.
Oh, nice. Very nice. That's what we like to see. You know what? We do have... Is it okay if we sell one of the...
Sure.
one of the towers? Because I think I would feel more comfortable with two gas traps protecting the walls. Yeah. So... which one? That one. That's the one.
Got the chests. This training dummies are getting fucking wrecked, dude.
Oh yeah. So wrecked. You don't stand a chance.
don't know. I think they might be even stronger than the ogres.
Oh, they might be. Upgrades. Oh, nice. Good. Here you go. Some more upgrades.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I think we're gonna be fine. I feel confident. Plus, I have felt confident before, and ogres have a lot of health. He's dead. Very nice. $700 mana, I need it. Give it to me.
Final lave.
Hero.
Oh, there's an upgrade there.
Ah, not really though.
Oh. It's a trash grade.
It's a trash grade, yeah. Well, that one... Nope. Also not an upgrade.
You're gonna get grounded.
Grounded?
Yeah, for getting a trash grade.
That concept has... It's always weird to me, getting grounded. It's like, oh, you have to stay in your room? That's like my favorite place.
Yeah, you can't. No, it's not just you have to stay in your room. It's that you can't do the things that you want to do.
Oh.
Like, for example, if you like the computer, your parents might ground you from the computer so you can't use it.
Oh, I see. So I would be not allowed to go into my room. That would be my version of being grounded. Nice to see you again, Cheese Geek.
They would just take away your computer.
Oh, that sucks. Well, I can still have books in my room, right? My room is still my favorite place.
Yeah. I think they wouldn't ground you. These hypothetical parents wouldn't ground you from books because they're educational to read books.
Educational, yeah. I was reading fantasy books.
Yeah.
Very educational stuff. I feel like, yeah, I felt a little bit like a thief. Did that when I was a kid as well. A thief? I don't know, but yeah. People were telling me that I was doing educational stuff and I was just doing my hobby, and that was just like, yeah. Yay!
Yay.
Also, victory.
Easy.
Easy. Nice to see the beard still going on, says Cheeseleaf Geek. Yeah, it's still, well, sitting here. It's doing its thing. How have you been doing, Cheeseleaf Geek? Oh, I'm gonna swap hero to dude if I need to build walls. And we're just gonna... I think this is what we're gonna do. Just go to the next level.
Proceed.
Yeah. I mean, this was fine, and we're just gonna go through them, and when we play this, sooner or later, we're gonna get some loot. Just know it. Gonna get some loot.
It's quite a theory.
Same old, just steady away. Oh. What do you think about the moon landing in the 1960s? Super fucking cool, isn't it? Do we need 2 walls here? We do need 2 walls here, don't we? Think so. Man landed on the moon. That is so cool. Should I put them closer and do electric towers? What do you think? Like, should we go, like, up here for walls?
I mean, I'm down to try it.
I'll leave it. Alright, so we can use 1 electric tower for all of them, kind of, and than just a bunch of sniper towers. Actually, the electric tower has a way longer range than that. We are running out of time, so it's more important to build something than... Wait, did we even... Should I even build walls? Is that what we want to spend the mana on?
Well, I haven't built a tower, and I have no mana to do so, so...
Yeah, this is a problem. You know what?
What mana do we have?
I'm gonna sell
20.
this. I'm gonna sell this. And now you can build an electric tower here, and we'll just defend this ourselves.
Where's the mana?
I dropped it.
I didn't get it.
What do you mean you didn't get it?
It just disappeared. I didn't get it.
What the fuck? Oh, because the wave shifted? It probably disappeared when the wave started. Oh,
Yeah.
that...
I don't have any mana.
You know what? Let's restart the level.
Okay.
Let's just restart the level. That was bullshit.
Yeah, that was bullshit.
Alright, so first things first, I'm thinking an electric tower right here. That's the most important thing, probably. Or maybe we do need a sniper tower, because there's going to be an ogre, right? Yeah, there's going to be an ogre. Too bad that it's so fucking expensive, the sniper tower. This electric tower won't kill the ogre, will it?
It might.
It might. You can try it for science. If it doesn't, well, then we just try something else.
You need the mana.
Oh, sure, sure. I'm gonna put this... Probably a good range.
You know what I like? Chips and salsa. It's great. Great food.
Chips and salsa?
Yeah.
Ah,
Corn chips.
I'm a fan.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm a huge
that's
fan.
almost snacks rather than food. Well, I don't have any more mana, so let's just go.
I feel like some feel like snacks, but I mean they're also a good food. You know what I mean? Like, what's wrong with salsa as a meal? Like, it's got all the good stuff in it.
Good point, yeah.
Tomatoes. Yeah.
Like tomatoes.
Maybe peppers.
I kind of feel like I was expecting some follow-up on that moon landing question, but I still haven't gotten...
I have died. Somehow I managed to jump over the wall.
Alright. I'm helping. Wait, he's just standing here. Well, if this is what he's gonna be doing... Oh, that's not the only thing he's gonna be doing. And I'm taking damage from the behind. I think we're golden here. As long as these guys don't kill me. Yeah, the shield doesn't fucking work. Yeah, this ogre is super friendly. He's just standing here. That was weird. That was definitely weird. Probably reach that wall. Gonna be fine. Now you need mana for finally getting those sniper towers up and running. And I think I'm gonna put some traps as well. Cook says it's Shrek 5. Wait, what? What is Shrek 5? I've only seen the first movie, I think. I didn't even know that there were more. Do you need mana? Here.
There's 5 of them? Why are there 5 Shreks?
No.
That must be a big moneymaker.
Oh. Will these towers shoot this direction as well?
No.
Oh, they get one each. I like that. Then I can take some mana. But, yeah, drop it before it disappears. I think it does disappear in the... Oh yeah, we've got plenty of defense units to build these down. Proximity, I can even put some gas traps down. No, not like that. This. Yeah, let's do it. Put you right here. I think that's gonna be fine. We can even put more sniper towers after this, or maybe even some other tower, I think. Rizagog says that Shrek is love, Shrek is life. I've heard people say that before. Never quite gotten it. Thought it was a fine movie.
I like Frozen.
I did like Frozen, yeah.
I don't care if it's a kids movie for little girls. I like it. It's a good movie.
Disagree. I think like many of those animated like Disney movies or whatnot or whatever, I think they're family movies.
Yeah.
Good for anyone. Anyone can enjoy it. Including me. I watched rewatched the Frozen movies because I hadn't seen the second one.
It's good.
Yeah, I watched it, but now I don't think it was very memorable because I don't remember it hardly at
I
all.
remember it. And I don't remember movies very often. Had really good music in it.
Seems like a pretty good idea for a Shrek movie. For a Frozen movie, because first one had great music in it as well.
Yeah. I mean, they have Disney money, so of course they're gonna have the best music.
I don't know if I agree with that premise that more money makes better music.
It can.
You know what? Yeah, you're right. It can. But it can also get worse because of it. Like, look at Metallica. More money they had, the worse music they made. However, correlation does not imply causation. So who knows? You could argue that Metallica's all the good music were when they, like, the further away they got from Dave Mustaine, the worse the music got. Well... You guns?
I like Metallica.
I like Metallica as well. Yeah, the further away they got from Dave Mustaine, though, the worse the music got. Like, the older music I preferred.
Yeah.
Over the newer ones. While I'm a big fan of Megadeth. Well,
Yep.
been bigger fan of Megadeth.
Very good. Do you like Alice in Chains?
Actually, I've heard the name before, but I actually haven't listened to it.
You've probably heard it before.
I've probably heard it, yeah, but it's not... I've heard it, but I haven't listened to it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm actually gonna tab out and just make a note out of that. I have Rob Zombie and Alan, and assuming Since you thought about it in that context, that it's similar to Megadeth and old Metallica.
Yeah, kinda. It's more like grungy.
Enjoy the grunge.
Seattle sound.
It's actually don't. That's interesting. Like I don't very often hear like a sound named after a city.
I think it's named after a city because of Nirvana.
Yeah. Like I was listening some more to At the Gates the other day. Great band. That's a sound that was named after a city, and a Swedish city at that. Gothenburg sound.
I like that.
Especially three bands that were the... I don't know if they created it. Well, kind of. And they were all from Gothenburg at the same time as sound kind of was created by them.
It's kind of interesting. It implies that musical sound has something to do with the environment.
A little bit, maybe. I was more thinking that all of them knew each other, right? They were all friends
Yeah.
and playing music together and whatnot, and I suppose that's the environment,
That
but
makes
it's,
sense.
they all had their own spin on... They liked the same things, but had their own spin on it.
I did not put any minions this game.
Oh, let's do it. Put it now. Let's do it. Just in case.
Did I?
Yeah. Like, what if we fail here? That would suck. It's better to have a bunch of minions so we don't. We're getting a bunch of upgrades here as well.
Where did my mana go?
Right there.
There it is. I don't know how many I can fit in here, but I'll give it a shot.
Upgrade.
Maybe I should go with the bigger minions since
They're bigger.
I don't have a ton of space. I could put like a few big minions instead of trying to cram a lot of little minions together.
Yeah. Try them out as well. Do they have range? Ranged attacks? They might be melee minions,
Good
right?
question. There's a mage minion that looks like it has a range.
Ah.
Let's pop that dude down.
Yeah, let's pop him down. Right, it's a little bit claustrophobic in here, but not a lot of space for minions. Should have pushed it further out. Definitely the wall could have been way further out to fit a bunch more stuff. Yeah, I think the electric tower has a lot of range. I think the electric tower could have
Certainly
reached
does.
all the way out here.
Look at him. He's casting spells and stuff.
Fantastic. Maybe he's AoE.
He is Age of Empires.
He is Age of Empires, yeah. One good thing about this wall placement is because somehow the ogres just don't know what to do with it. Just kind of stand there. Which feels like cheese, but I don't know if you can recreate the ogres just standing there. Yeah, great success. Unless we have like 10 ogres now going up and screwing us over. Doesn't look like it though. Big complete. Oh, victory. You don't get any loot, right? At the end. Oh.
There's a loot that's on the ground from the wave.
Yeah. Oh. You know what? Yeah. Suppose that checks out. Oh, I'm the wrong character here. Well, don't want to build the walls first. I mean, this one is just going to be the same again, right? We have one here, and one here. Maybe since you're the summoner, we want to start placing summons this time. See how good they do on their lonesome.
Sure. Not super confident in them, but...
No, not against the ogre. Suppose we can kite the ogre, though, right? Make sure that they don't get attacked by the ogre.
I don't have a ton of mana. Now I'm already out.
I'm gonna be swapping heroes because we are gonna build walls. I'm gonna build walls during. Oh. Took all the chests? We did indeed. Gonna need 3 walls here. That'll be fine. Oh, I'm getting the ogre warnings again. That's weird. Pricing. In here. Uh-oh, I'm dying. Shit. Spiders. I can't do anything. I can't move. I can't... Right. Maybe not have only minions. You're right. Hello, fellow human.
Wait, who's saying?
Melanol is the said hello human.
Yeah, who's the human here though? Is it me or you?
Well,
Because you didn't use a plural, so.
if you have to ask, feel like the answer speaks for itself. You have to ask.
I'm not human.
Time to pull a gun.
I'm an enigma.
I thought you were a waterfall.
Oh yeah, that too. So what do we place in here? Just like...
I'm curious, if you put an electric tower kind of here, will that reach if we put a wall here?
Yeah. But you'd have to put it like right on the tippy top of the stairs.
Yeah. I'm just thinking that... Yeah, we put it on the tippy top, and then we have snipers shooting
And we'll
at all of them.
upgrade it, so...
Yeah. Do you have some extra mana over, so I can place something down?
80?
Here we go. I'm thinking I'll actually place some walls as well. What do you reckon here? Probably gonna be fine. One is not as important. So how have you been doing, Melanol? Getting more... Oh, wall here. Oh, I should have ignored this one. This one was the least important. Maybe. Get away, spider. Gave him a knockback. Oh, right, the ogre. Maybe should have built snipers instead. Forget about the ogre all the time. Right now, I'm more worried about the spiders, though. They are very rude. Are you building... Oh, yeah, you did build a sniper tower already. Very nice. Good noises. Villanelle says, well, I am less stressed. Parents don't bother me as much. I'm glad to hear it. Good job. Assuming that you had something to do with it being like that. Oh, it actually didn't reach. It is gonna reach upgraded though, so that's fine. Like at the very edge were some dudes that it couldn't. Up hero. Nope. I kind of feel like we've found the place to progress now. Makes me happy.
I haven't been getting any upgrades though.
I'm getting a lot of upgrades. But like we're going through this, and as we're going through, we're gonna reach your gear level as well, right? We were talking about not knowing the path. But I feel like this can be a path.
Maybe eventually. Yeah, maybe.
Wrong button.
Oh, there's helicopters.
Helicopters, eh? Wait. Oh, right.
Remember those?
I do remember those. I can't kill them by shooting at them, though. I can hate the helicopters. That might be a problem, yeah. Or maybe not. And I'm dead. Is it too hard for you? He was hitting a little bit too hard for me. Hopefully we'll be... Yeah. Just like... We're gonna be fine, though. Oh, but we have plenty for sniper towers aiming towards those as well, right? Like here? Ah, right there.
I have a different idea.
Oh, different idea. Also don't have any minions yet. Or are you putting in the back? I think I like that idea better, yeah.
There's all this mana just laying around. It's everywhere.
Yeah, it's everywhere. I've been upgrading stuff. Gotta pick that stuff up, eh?
Yeah.
I was full on mana, though. That's why I was upgrading stuff rather than picking it up. All this loot as well, just lying around, begging to be picked up. Oh, and it's gone.
I kind of want to try this giant ogre minion. Do we want this?
Oh yeah, that's definitely that's gotta be a wall minion though, right? A melee. You can probably stand him behind the wall and he's gonna attack.
I can put him on top of the wall.
You know what? Put him right here where they drop off their ogres, so he can attack. Fuck, I'm dead. Because they have an ogre killing our thing here. 2 ogres.
I'm dead.
And we're dead. I think we need 2 layers of walls. 1 wall for the ogre and 1 wall for... Well, actually, I don't think we need the wall for everyone else. Just do the gas traps, but have the walls specifically for the ogres. And maybe your ogre summons will deal with this shit, because... Oh, wow. That's a lot of ogres. And the choppers just drop them off. The middle of the thing. You want some mana? I've got some mana for you.
Yes.
I'm actually thinking that, yeah, I'm gonna put walls here. On all of these 4. Just live with gas traps in this kind of area. Oh, are you done?
Yep.
These sides are probably more important. So we're gonna put the gas trap right... Actually, first... You right here. You want the AoE to hit the ogre as well. Wait, that's not... Nope. Thinking wrong. Wall is gonna be right there. That means we're gonna sit right here. Mana for another one. These fuckers. Oh, fighters don't care about the gas trap either. Oh, nerfed.
Hey, this ogre is lightning immune.
Oh no. Oh no, I'm gonna build a sniper tower on him. Got a bunch, yeah. Striker tower, I mean. Hey, turn around, dude.
He's not listening.
Not listening. Hopefully, oh, he's dying though. Come on, one more shot. No! So close. I'm almost dead. Well, maybe me dying is not such a big worry. Oh, the lightning tower is down as well? No, these are lightning immune. Oh, they won't even shoot at lightning immune enemies? Is that it? Can't do that, can I? Oh. Fucking hell, there we go. Ever to deal with those. Where's my... Oh, I have a pet that doesn't attack? Is that what I have?
There's a spider over there that's stuck.
There.
So we have plenty of time to set up
Oh.
towers.
And I unstuck it, because why didn't I? Why not, right? I'm like, oh, a stuck spider, let's get rid of it. Didn't have. Whoop. To the square. That's what you get for switching out the chicken? Indeed, it is.
Wait, you swapped out the chicken?
Well, I didn't swap out the chicken. Swapped out the hero. And with the hero comes the chicken. The squire has the chicken.
I think the chicken could have helped a lot with that ogre.
Yes, it could have. Right.
I really like the sniper tower setup because it defends the crystal and it shoots center and side.
Very nice. Yes, I like it. Do you have some mana for me? Did I put a wall? Yeah, I should probably put a wall to protect those. Protect the sniper towers as well. Right here. And feel a bit safe putting them all down there. I don't think any of the ogres get dropped down.
Ow.
Hurts. Stuff. I haven't even put any AoE stuff down yet. Oh, they actually reached the... They're actually attacking the electric tower. Or maybe it wasn't them. Oh.
Yeah, these towers are working good.
Oh, actually, you could move and put the electric tower down here as well. On right here. Want to move it? Because I don't think it's gonna make it. The way it is right now. Wait, swap heroes. Build some traps.
Do you need to man?
Not really, no. Both. Unless we want to put down... I mean, I could put down a few electric traps for the ogre. Yeah, there were a bunch of ogres. Increasing the DPS. I mean, it's either that or just spamming the striker towers. You know what? These don't take a lot of defense units. I think I'm gonna put 3 down. I haven't looked to compare the damage now, though. We really gotta be doing that. I think your tower has way better DPS, but... Well, it's still 2 to 1, right? What are you? Yeah, it's still just 3 defense units for 15,000. And I'm dead.
Oh. This dude's here. What's up, dude?
I'm just dead. Just dead.
Yeah, you seem to be deceased a little bit.
I was standing exactly... yeah, you saw my corpse maybe. I was standing just where you were standing, looking at the tower, and just boom, I was dead. Oh, he did... They did drop him off inside. Fuck. Or did he get through? No. He just dropped him off inside. That's bullshit.
He's just busy being lightning immune as well.
Oh. How the fuck did he get in there?
What are they doing? They're not attacking the tower, they're just looking at me.
Yeah, they're stuck on each other. Wow, this was a step up in difficulty. Do you have any ideas on how to deal with this? mean, the walls are not stopping them. We don't have any CC. Oh, maybe the summoner. The summoned ogres. Maybe they can tank the other ogres. And deal damage to them. Bothers me that the striker towers gets fucked, right? That's a big problem. I don't know how to solve that problem. Maybe we'll just do a bunch of ethereal. Then again, he just showed up inside. You have to put a wall here as well. But where do you put the towers? If I put a wall here, then the towers won't be safe. Oh, we can put a few towers in there. You can put probably a sniper on each location. Then we actually defend. Yeah, that's the way to do it. Gonna swap to the chicken because the chicken is gonna be helpful, isn't it? Start by putting all. And there's plenty of room to build defense. Plenty of room. Not at all a claustrophobic level, eh? Joink! Oh, he's lightning immune again? No, that was not the ogre, that was lightning immune.
Yeah, it was.
No, not the ogre. The ogre is fine, it's taking lightning damage.
The ogre was lightning immune. Not the first ogre, but another ogre.
Oh, there are two
Actually, it
ogres.
was the first ogre.
Right. I think we have it now, though. This is the way to deal with this mess. Oh, right, and you can put sniper towers shooting through. Yeah. You put them closer. They're gonna take damage from the ogres. Oh, maybe you want to put two on each spot? Is that even gonna work?
Is this gonna work? I don't know.
Get me some chests. I got some new boots with movement speed, so I'm super fast. Problem were the ogres, so I'm gonna put this right here.
Where do I put these ogre minions? Like right here?
Yeah, I think so. Probably a good idea. Maybe in front of the walls, actually. You know what? Yeah, in front of the walls. These traps I'm putting out.
Place one right now, but
That's fine. Yeah, all those traps I put out now, I put out the electric traps to deal damage to the ogres. Well, having their ogres, fucking killed your tower. Like it was nothing. And he walked past the wall like it was nothing. That was a terribly placed wall. He just walked past it, eh? How you gonna do this? Walked past it. Killed all the towers. That was terrible.
I'm hiding.
Say again?
I said I'm hiding.
Oh yeah. Gotta stay alive.
Well, I'm a summoner, so I can't hit them.
Right. I think that's the setup, though. It's just...
I think I see a problem.
Oh? Oh. Was hoping for no problems.
The difficulty we're playing on is Nightmare.
Yeah.
I thought we were playing through it Insane.
No. We're playing it through... That's why we started on the first one. We're playing on Nightmare. Because we already played Insane, the Ramparts and everything, right?
Ramparts is the last one?
No, there are two more after, but it's almost the last one. And like you said, that one was very easy.
Yeah.
Right. What about putting a striker tower right here at the beginning?
I have the wrong hero.
Look at that. Maybe that's the way to get started. Do you have minion health on your... Like, do you have a variety of stats on your summoner, by the way?
I don't know.
The ogre is probably only gonna work if you have... Don't you remember when you leveled it up?
No.
Do you have some mana?
50.
Fuck, did he just walk straight over this? Wonder how that... Does that mean we need two walls, or was it just a bad placement?
I think he used the power of bipedal locomotion.
And we'll see what happens, I guess. Spiders? I'm trying to build walls. Trying to build things. I'm not allowed. Under attack all the time. He doesn't walk through this one. Spider right there. He doesn't... Oh, that tower doesn't see that spider. That's what's going on. That might be a problem. Later, because he doesn't have any health left. Neither do I. Oh, we're already fucked. Oh, that's too bad. Ooh. Right, so definitely start with the electric tower. And hope that the ogre is not immune and... Well, I guess we can build more towers during the first wave.
What if we did a fire tower?
Oh yeah, I mean, go on ahead.
We can even do two.
I like the fire towers, it's... Not there, though. That's not a good spot. The ogres are gonna be walking here. They spawn, right? They get dropped off here. They're just gonna land, punch it once, and then it's gone. All the towers has to be in here. Like, as close as you can get to that crystal, yeah. I think all you're gonna get are the... I think you only get 4 towers this level. All you're gonna get.
I get 2 towers.
Yeah, I mean the whole level. I think you only get 4 towers. Maybe we can keep this area safe by putting walls here, so you can build some more striker towers, but the problem is the ogres show up everywhere and they beat the shit out of the towers, which is just like... it's over at that point. Hopefully this ogre won't be fire immune. And I can't even attack. Damn it, I can... Fucking spiders, man. This first wave is super rough. I want to build walls, but I don't have time to build walls because I'm under attack.
The fire towers do not do enough damage to kill him, obviously.
Alright.
At least not without walls.
Yeah. And I'm trying to build walls, but I can't because the fucking spiders. And to deal with the spiders, we need a lightning tower to be able to build stuff. I think that's it. To have some room to move. Or build a bunch of traps, I suppose. A bunch of traps would work as well. Have to be 3 traps, though. I can build 3 traps. That's gonna give us some breathing room. It won't deal with ogres. We have to build during the wave something to deal with ogre. Here, give me some mana. Put this right here. I even have enough to build a couple of walls before we start with this. That in the middle. Like that. Cruisercock says Trump felt the same way during the 2020 elections, right? Okay, so now there's only one place that is not walled, and hopefully these explosions is going to keep that going. And hopefully you can build a striker tower right here. You can just stay alive long enough to get that stuff up and running. Actually run down here and... there's a Jinn right there. Let's deal with him. More spiders. Draining my trap. And I can't... Damn it! Same fucking problem again. This time it was the Jinns. Because I couldn't... Last time it was the spiders. Now the spiders dealt this.
Okay, I finally got enough to summon a sniper tower.
Yeah. Alright, so we need to deal with the spiders. We need to deal with the Jinn.
And the ogre.
And the ogre, yeah. But, if I get a wall up, and the Like, the first time around, I think the electric tower dealt with the ogre with the wall. I think that kinda worked. Actually, that has been the best start so far, is the walls and the lightning trap.
Did you notice it's almost lunchtime?
Is it? I did not. Oh, wow. Well,
Yeah.
this is a pretty quick level.
Time flies when you're having fun
Yeah.
or getting frustrated.
I mean, I'm getting frustrated, but this time I'm not getting demoralized. I'm getting a positive frustration. How about you? Are you feeling a terrible? Here, but put the lightning tower down. Definitely.
Okay. Yeah, that seems like it has worked every time.
Yes. That allows us to, like, it deals with the djinn, it deals with the spiders, and we can actually
Yeah.
build stuff. Here. Maybe if I stand prepared down here to manually kill these dudes, maybe I'll be allowed to build a wall before something has time to happen. Go do your chicken thing. Tactic is... Oh, no, the djinn is following me. Maybe if I'm fast enough, build it before I has a wall. Right, and the ogre is coming down the middle, so I'm gonna drop my mana here for powers. A striker tower down the... Yeah, that is the first wave. That's how we do the first wave. Exactly like that. Very nice. Oh, you were lightning immune, weren't you? That fucker.
Yeah.
And I need to switch characters because I need to build my... I'm pretty sure I know what I want to build with this character as well. I think I'm skipping the proximity mines altogether and just let the lightning trap deal with the AoE. And instead, I'm just building ethereal spike traps and gas traps. The gas traps will deal with excess djinn, whatnot, and the ethereal spike traps will help. Wait, what are your DPS is 15,000 and this DPS is... Why doesn't it say DPS on your striker tower anymore? Oh, it did say DPS. 73,000 minus 15,000, well, 30,000, so yours deal double the damage. But we don't really have the room for your stuff, so... I'm gonna put them down, they're gonna be helping.
What do I do with the minions?
Can you put... do they fit inside of the area thing? Inside the defense?
I
Oh!
can fit them in there, yeah.
Actually, I think I know. Like here, if we put a wall... No, they were spawning inside of that wall as well. But if you have minions, they're gonna tank the ogres as well, I suppose. I don't know. Did you want to try
And
the...
you killed my tower. Even though your wall's there, he doesn't care. He just
Yeah.
gets my tower anyways.
Yeah. I kind of feel like this whole thing is gotta be built a little bit without towers, or expecting tower... Oh, wait. The wall is broken as well. Wait, why is the wall there? Oh, he pushed the wall back. They are pushing the walls back. I kind of feel like we need a monk. A monk
I
could...
have a monk.
Do you? Like a level 70
Yeah.
monk? With a lot of AoE
Yeah.
and whatnot? Oh, I'm dead.
Yeah.
I don't know if the... Like the enrage, does that work on the ogres? I don't know, but like slowing the ogre... Well, no, that doesn't help either. Well, let's say the slow trap, the wall... I don't even know. This level is beating the shit out of us. I don't feel like it's a gear issue necessarily, or level issue. I think it's just a difficult level. Because the previous level was fine. I mean, better
Get my
gear.
monk out.
Better gear would solve it. And get the monk out. Because if the enrage works against the ogres, that's a good looking monk. Yeah.
Enrage?
Yeah, wasn't it called enrage? The one that causes them
Yeah.
to attack their friends. And the slow aura, right? Because they're moving... If we slow them down, they won't break the walls immediately. They do push the walls back, though. Maybe we don't even need the walls.
Snare.
Ensnare, yeah. Like, if we get big enough ensnare auras...
Yeah, I don't think this guy has good equipment though. Let me
Yeah.
let me just look through my item box because I got equipment in here that I haven't sold yet.
Good point, though. Something we could do as well is grind. Since we did not manage to deal with the raining goblins consistently, we could play just the previous level for gear. Because it drops level 74 gear. It doesn't drop any mythic like we got from the raining goblins thing. Mr. Cox says Cider switching from Trump to Biden politics, right? Yeah. Right, going from the squire to the monk. Is that Trump to Biden politics? Nice. Yeah, because we do have a CC problem, and as Nodrunner was saying earlier, right, that we can't expect to just one-shot all the ogres. So we need strategies that work with living ogres, which is CC. The only way to do it is that you need to crowd control the ogres. And the hunters can't do that, and the walls work a little bit, like the squire puts the walls down and that helps a little bit, but maybe slowing them down and if enraging works, that would be it.
So, what are you thinking for like how I spec this guy instead of strength? Maybe radius.
I'm not 100% sure how this fucking thing scales. Like enemy movement says 22%. I think that scales with strength, right? So I think you want a variety, range and strength. Didn't I see a thing for that? I remember seeing somewhere someone recommended, but I'm thinking monk scales with strength to make it more the slow more efficient and range to slow in a bigger area.
This weapon sucks. Can you tell I don't have a weapon? I'm doing 5 damage.
Yeah, 5 damage, very nice. And you also, they have the similar problem as with the traps. Yeah, I think, yeah, I remember seeing it. You want the same stats as the Huntress ones. You want all of them.
Just evenly distribute them?
I think there's a little bit of difference on the Monk compared to the Huntress, but kind of evenly distributed. Maybe, well, it depends on what you want to focus on when you build it, right? And if we want to focus on the slow trap, and utilize that for CC, I think it does scale with strength, and if it scales with strength, then focus on strength and AoE. I think you would have to play around with it a little bit, though, because how often do you need to repair it, upgrade it? Because it drains all the time, just like with the traps.
I hate this chicken.
Wait, there is health and there is duration. What is the duration good for? What does that scale with? I think you might...
How long it lasts? Look at the health on it. It's slowly dying. That's the duration.
Oh, so what does health do then? Trap health?
So normally health is like the total amount of duration, I would guess.
Oh, so one is speed, how fast it ticks down, and the other one is how many ticks it takes to reach 0.
Yeah, I think that's what's happening.
That actually makes sense. And there is probably, like with the damage trap, it probably ticks faster and it deals damage faster. Well, so maybe health is more important than speed? If you don't aim to deal damage with the monk. Oh, by the way, yeah, I was doing the politics jokes. They're fine, I'm a big fan. Mr. Cook says, I love you too, Node Runner.
Oh, I said I hate the chicken, the pet.
Oh, yeah.
Because I equipped it to the monk and it was awful. It was not good.
Yeah. Definitely.
If I get up to level 90 with this hero, I can use an Etherean Greatsword.
Level 90, eh? That sounds exciting. You know what? My monk is level 50. Yours is already 70? Is that it?
Yeah, 72.
You have a bunch of stuff. I only have the Squire and the Huntress.
I just leeched it.
Maybe I should do
It's
some
kind of
leeching.
annoying though because it's hard to find a game to leech off of because people will just kick you sometimes.
Maybe.
And then you wonder, you know, why don't they make their game like private or set to certain levels if they didn't want me there?
Maybe we should do some... well, you already have yours at 70, but maybe I should do some leeching of you tomorrow, if that's fine.
Leeching of me?
Yeah, I can leech you and level up something. Because I kind of feel I'm...
the places I've been going are like just random games. Level 100 characters is what I look for, and then I just join their game and stand around and try not to get in their way and remember to ready up when it's time to ready up.
Oh, right, and then you get...
Not annoy them.
Oh. I don't really have the time to do that off stream.
Mm-hmm.
But I suppose we could... And I feel uncomfortable doing that as well. I would prefer to annoy you over annoying a stranger. If you're okay with it.
That's the thing, I don't think I am annoying them. Like, it'd be annoying if, like, they were readying up, but I wasn't readying up, so they had to wait a minute for the timer to tick down. That would be annoying. They might kick me for that. Or if I'm, like, running around and, like, building stuff and taking up build units when their stuff is clearly way better.
Yeah. So you're just standing in the corner, hiding, waiting around, and...
No, I'm actually going around collecting mana and bringing it to them usually.
Oh. So,
Yeah.
you're helping.
I try to help out where I can.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think that's the two tenets of bleaching. Just help out where you can and don't be annoying.
Yeah, help out where you can and don't...
Whatever you do, don't be a burden.
Don't be a burden. Yeah,
Yeah,
because
they will kick you.
they will indeed. I kind of want to level my monk anyways, because I remember from last time I played, monk was definitely my favorite character.
Is monk the best DPS, do you think?
Someone said that. I don't think it's DPS. I think the reason why I like it is the ability, right? If you wanted to run around with abilities, that you can buff the towers and heal the towers in an AoE around you. So if you make it as, if you don't build it for towers, you can still use it to buff the towers and keep them alive, right? When you get closer and closer to those difficult where they start killing the walls and we can't repair them, the monk, if the monk stays alive, the monk can repair them with their ability, like just by standing around.
That sounds cool.
Which is what I want. And also, like, if you want to build a more... I mean, I only care about the towers because the tower defense game, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So that's how I'm thinking about it. But you can probably do it the same with the other one as well, because it has a buff that buffs characters and heals characters. So you have like a double heal setup for you and other characters as well. I think it's my favorite though, because I like the aura thing. Actually, I've started liking the traps as well. And
the aura thing is cool. I like it.
Yeah. And I do like the idea of maybe reaching a point where... Actually, that's something that excites me now. The prospect of just playing with Monk and Huntress. Not placing any towers or walls that can be hit. Just stuff that drains, that they can't fuck over. And they're just gonna work. I'm super interested in that prospect of playing like that. We'll still put down a couple of walls, because why not, right? It's pretty cheap. Putting a couple of walls, make sure that they stay inside the kill boxes or whatever with the squire. But not having to worry... Oh, well, you would still have to, because the summoner is OP, right? You would still have to worry about keeping the summons alive.
Have the healing aura. Strength drain aura.
Yeah, I like that one as well. It can keep walls alive. Maybe it can keep a player alive that wants to stand and repair.
Hey, yeah, that's what I was thinking. I saw that and I was thinking, I wonder if this works on players, because, you know, we've been dying a lot.
Yeah, maybe. I've got so much health now on my Huntress. I've got 2,000 health. I'm rich.
I have 19,000 on my monk. And on my main, on my apprentice, he's got 63,000. 63k.
I'm not at all jealous. Not even a little bit. I need gear. That's what I need.
In the equipment. Yeah.
That's
definitely in the equipment.
That's why I wanted to do the Raining Goblins thing, because too bad. I mean, but if we just level up a little bit, get a little bit better gear, maybe we can do it consistently, because I think... It's still an assumption, I haven't tested it, but I think that you get the best gear from just finishing that mission. Like that very...
Over and over.
That very cool staff. What did you say, by the way?
Over and over.
Over and over, yeah. I mean...
Look at this cool staff.
It
It's
is
so cool.
It looks really cool, yeah. Look at my gun. It looks horrible.
It looks like a child's toy.
Yeah, exactly. It's the tiniest one yet. I'm like, oh, that's hilarious. Because all the weapons have been getting bigger and bigger and crazier and crazier.
Yeah.
And now this is the best gun I pick up. It's just a tiny little... Well, it's still trash. It has some nice stats on it, I suppose. But it doesn't deal any damage. Baby gun.
I can rename my heroes. I wonder if you can name your heroes with emoji or Unicode characters.
Probably. Try it out.
That way it won't say Node Runner brought Node Runner into the fight.
Oh, does that bother you?
No, I just thought like I needed to name my characters Node Runner because else you wouldn't know who I was.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
That's what I'm gonna do. Name them all Red.
Yep.
Who I am. The name.
Exactly. It was purely practical.
Oh, I wonder if we empty this. It has ammunition, 280 shots, and it shoots like 1 a second. I wonder if it takes reload per shot as well. That would be something.
I'm joining someone's game. Let's see if we can beat.
Where's...
Using the tab.
Wait, say again?
I was trying to join someone's game to see if they would let me leech, but they're in the tavern.
Alright. I mean, I suppose one could just...
You look at the custom games list, and there's people playing, and then you join their game, and then you're like, oh, right, they're in the tavern, they haven't started the game yet.
Yeah. But you can just stand around and wait with them, right? Maybe?
Yeah. This guy's got stuff all over the floor.
I think. Bruce Cox says, never bring a Node Runner to a Node Runner fight.
That's true.
Gotta be careful.
You don't even know what could happen. Could be crazy.
Crazy. People dividing by 0, perhaps?
That's not possible.
I mean, reality imploding in on itself because of the paradox. Or the paradoxical stuff that's happening. I don't even know. I think it is lunchtime, though.
A Freudian slip is when you say one thing, but you meant your mother.
Yes, exactly. That's a Freudian slip in a nutshell. You said one thing, but you meant your mother. Alright. That is it for today, so thanks for hanging out, and have a good one. Yeah, cheers.